video you want me to react to? Join the Ace Pit Discord right now. Scan the QR code on the screen, hit the entertainment tab, click reactions, and drop it in. Super easy. Submit today. All right. Motherfuckers, what's happening, man? What's going on with y'all? We up in the building, man. One time for the Taser gang. All right, listen, y'all. We got to get fully caught up. Today, my only reactions is going to be to the Nolan Wells case and to the David case, man. To the David case and the Nolan Wells case. I got to get caught up. I'm behind. We were supposed to react to it last night, but, you know, a lot of updates that happened in the preliminaries day 2 on the David case, you know what I'm saying? And then some stuff with the, they did a press conference today in Chicago for the Nolan Wells case, man, with Ben Crump and them. So I want to get caught up on both cases, man. We just going to focus on these 2 cases today and see what's going on, get caught up for all of y'all who want to get caught up, man, who might be out the loop or who is in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to go ahead and, you know, run it up crazy in the comment section, in the chat, letting us know what y'all got, what y'all know type shit. We just going to be in here reacting, man, so I'm just going to take y'all along the deep dive with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take y'all on a deep dive with me, man. Yeah. We're going to have to do it up one time, man. We about to go on a deep dive, man. Let's get caught up. Let's see what's the latest and the greatest. I ain't going to waste y'all time, and we're going to get straight to it. So I think I'm going to start with the Nolan Wells. Then we're going to go to David after we do all the deep diving on Nolan Wells with the latest and the greatest of what's going on with that. Let's see, man. Let's dive in. Let's see. I want to start. Let me see. Let's go right here.
Significant.
Let's go right here, man. I wanted to react to this law and crime video, but the audio is kind of, let's mess with it. The audio kind of creepy, though, man. It's like kind of freaky, bruh.
Since 18-year-old college.
Hold on one second. Why is it so low? The audio kind of weird on this shit. All right, let's get it, though. We just going to react, man. I ain't even going to cut these out. We just going to react. Freestyle this motherfucker. Let's go.
What were the circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water? Last time we saw him on the videos, he was without a shirt. Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. Why is Nolan Wells dead?
That question has hung in the air since July 4th, since 18-year-old college football player Nolan Wells vanished from a remote island only to be found days later under circumstances that still don't add up. The independent autopsy results for Nolan Wells are now in, and what they found, I'm going to break it all down with you, with an expert who can tell us
what
this
down.
all really means.
We need answers.
Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Let's go, Jesse Weber. Break it down.
We have all been waiting for answers in this case.
So I'm telling y'all, this video, the audio is messed up when they go to Ben Crump. I don't know why they did it like that, because there is better versions of the video with Ben Crump talking, but I don't know. Law and Crime is probably rushing to put it out. I don't know. They was rushing to put it out or something. I don't know what the hell they did, but I was like, if it becomes too much, I'm just gonna skip through it and just listen to the parts that's clear on here, and then we'll find the actual good audio of Ben Crump. All right.
Family has been waiting for answers in this case, waiting for something, anything that could tell us what really happened to Nolan Wells on that island. His family has been waiting patiently. The public has been watching. And today, finally, we got something. The independent autopsy results are in. Remember, the family had commissioned that an independent autopsy be conducted. There seems to be this level of perhaps distrust in the investigation from the state ME. We know that they're being represented by attorney Ben Crump, and Ben Crump just stepped up to the mic this morning to tell us what they found. Now, briefly, a lot has happened, okay? A lot's been going on, but most importantly, to give you an update here, Nolan Wells' life was honored this week. There was a massive service. There was hundreds of people. Reverend Al Sharpton delivered the eulogy. Tyler Perry covered the costs. And before that service ended...
Boy, that's high profile than a motherfucker, boy. Tyler Perry. I heard Tyler Perry put up like $100 grand. Like $100 grand for anybody who got some information. Or it was something he put up $100 grand for.
Sharpton made a move that got everyone's attention. A $50,000 reward for information leading to a conviction in Nolan Wells' case. Perry...
There you go, a reward.
On the spot, $100,000 now. That's the total for whoever knows something that could lead to a potential conviction here. Assuming for the moment, by the way, that a crime was committed. The FBI has stepped in. They're looking into threats that were tied to this case. Tells you how high the temperature has gotten. And all of this is happening with the possibility of a grand jury looming. Look, as far as we know, after a meeting with the DA, Ben Crump said that the DA indicated that after the sheriff's office investigation, they may present this case to a grand jury. No timeline yet, but a possibility as we're awaiting the official results of the autopsy, right? Because I want to be clear, what I'm about to get into is the results, the preliminary findings of the independent autopsy, not the state medical examination's autopsy. We've been tracking every development in this case, and today, Ben Crump made this huge announcement standing at the podium at the NAACP convention with the preliminary findings. We know that Nolan Wells' body...
Oh, shit. My boy was at the NAACP convention? My nigga said, I'm going to do this shit at the NAACP convention, nigga. Oh, yeah, I see what's going on here. They rallying up the troops, nigga.
Moved to Washington, D.C. Again, the family commissioned this. They ordered this. And these are the findings that provide our first independent look at what happened. Now, before we even got to those findings, Ben Crump laid out why this fight for transparency even exists.
I want to thank you all who have called the call center.
The audio is messed up, y'all.
Thank Reverend Al Sharpton. I want to thank Mr. Tyler Perry. I want to thank Mr. Terry Owens.
I'm gonna skip this part and I'm gonna find the good audio. So all these parts I'm gonna skip, even though it's very crucial to what we watching. But fuck, I don't know why they put it out with this audio like that. It's crazy.
Why we are here, why we have asked for this help.
So now the family has their independent autopsy results, and here is what that medical examiner, that pathologist found.
Preliminary report, second autopsy, death of Nolan Xavier Wells. Cause of death, undetermined, pending investigation. The manner of death, undetermined, pending investigation. Focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue of the back of the head, the occipital region. He said the etiology is unknown at this time. He said the body was received after the initial autopsy. He said the body had marked decompensation.
So what do you hear? Cause undetermined, manner undetermined, this red discoloration on the back of the head. But this is where it gets interesting.
They're going to key in on that red discoloration. That's all they needed. Give us something. Red discoloration, the back of the head, what the hell could that be? What did y'all, you know what I mean? That's all they need is something. Now let's see if they, what they talking about.
According to Ben Crump, he claimed the United Cajun Navy found Nolan fully clothed, face down, even though Crump pointed out that the last picture we have seen of Nolan wearing the swim trunks with his friends that's been circulated everywhere, he's not fully clothed, right? He's not wearing a shirt. And you have this last video of him, or potentially of him, this newly surfaced TMZ footage recorded at 2:23 p.m. on July 4th, which appears to show a man arguably matching Nolan's description on a boat wearing the same blue swim trunks that he had in that famous photo. Again, shirtless, if that is him. However, this just came out. So the United Cajun Navy took to X and they said, Attorney Crump, we didn't say Nolan was fully clothed when found. He was wearing only swim trunks. Please don't misrepresent our words.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, because we reacted to Nolan, bro, and I was watching the video where the dude, the leader, the one who was in the helicopter, whatever, said he got pictures. He took pictures. He saw the body laying face down with just the swimming trunks and no shirt on. He said that before, though. I never heard that Nolan was fully clothed. I've never heard that one, but they definitely said from the gate that he had swimming trunks with no shirt.
Now, this is another issue to try to make sense of what the condition of Nolan's body was. Okay, so I want to make sense of this. I want to try to understand what all of this means. I'm bringing on one of our favorites in this space. This is Dr. Nada Rutherford, Richland County coroner. So good to see you, doctor. I knew you were watching this live. We were watching it live. I know you were taking a lot of notes as we were trying to make sense of this. There's a lot of different areas here to go into. I guess I'll just start with the big conclusion from this independent autopsy, and you tell me how limited independent autopsies are. But the fact that it came out that the cause and manner of death are undetermined pending investigation, is that something that surprises you? Or and what do we mean by this? What do we take away from this?
Number one, given the circumstances surrounding this case, I am extremely disappointed that an independent autopsy was not performed from the beginning. Yes, the state has a responsibility to perform the autopsy, but even the county coroner said, I want no parts of it. I'm sending this to the state ME's office. So if they were going to do that, they should have given this family the option from the beginning to have an independent autopsy, because things are missing from this independent autopsy that as a mother, as a community member, don't sit right with me. Number one, if you are going to hold back any parts of the body, I feel as if the independent examiner should have known that from the beginning, and a report of what those findings were should have been sent to him.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting. Wait a minute. So they basically got the body first. They saw some things that possibly could have been shaky. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to clean this up. We're going to take this out. We're going to take this part, move this out the way, cover this up. And then we're going to send the body. Boom, here y'all go, independent autopsy. Y'all can have it now. And we ain't going to tell y'all what we did or what we found. Now, when they get the body, they like, hold on, wait a minute. Where is this at? Where is this at? Where is this at? That does make shit look shaky. That will raise some red flags. That will have a motherfucking questioning, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? Yeah, if that wasn't the intention, you fucked up. Whoever did the autopsy, if that wasn't the intention, y'all should have, hey, now they finna use that. Hold on, nigga. Why y'all didn't tell us this? Why did we have to look for ourselves and then find that it was missing? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh wait, I can send that paperwork over. Nah, nigga, now see? Man, the NAACP, that nigga Ben Crump is rallying up the troops. Y'all better stop playing. Niggas gonna be out there at the riots. Niggas sparking shit on fire because out there in Mississippi. You know what I mean? Better get it together.
Yes, it is customary to hold back pieces of the body if you're going to examine them further, but why? What was there that you needed to examine? And why have you not discussed this with the family? Transparency as a public official, especially in the role of coroner, where you are expected to perform an independent autopsy outside of the police's investigation, I feel that the coroner and ME's office has not been transparent and upfront with this family, and that is very concerning to me. Why would you hold back the neck muscles? Why would you hold back?
Let me play that. Let me play that portion of the press conference right now.
The anterior inner neck structures were absent, not received with the body. The trachea and the laryngeal cartilage, the thyroid horn, and the hyoid bone were not received with the body. Therefore,
they took all that shit out. Need that. And they didn't tell them we took it out. So, yeah, it's going to look fishy, man. It's going to look fishy.
This pathologist cannot rule out injury to the neck as a contributor or a cause of death.
Dr. Rutherford, why would those pieces be removed? And are they being tested? You make a really good point about why that wasn't communicated. to Dr. Mitchell, right, the person who was conducting this independent autopsy. But why would those pieces of a body be typically, or I don't know, is it typical to remove them, and for what purpose?
Yes, it is typical to remove them. Whenever an autopsy is performed, we are removing those internal structures so that we can further examine them, not only from a visual standpoint, but from a microscopic standpoint as well. Now, when we look at the neck muscles, we look at what's called the strap muscles. So if you kind of, just to give you kind of an idea, these are your strap muscles, okay? But right here sits your esophagus, sits your trachea, sits your hyoid bone. They specifically mentioned that the hyoid bone was not included in the body when the independent examiner received it. That's a significant point for me because that means that they are checking to see if the strap muscles had hemorrhaging, meaning signs of strangulation. Petechial hemorrhaging is very important, but also bleeding into those muscles. The hyoid bone, examining that bone, being able to remove the soft tissue from it to check for signs of trauma, like a fracture to that bone, is crucial when you're thinking about possible strangulation or someone being choked, hit in the neck area, blunt force trauma. The other thing that's significant for me with this is that they could not determine whether or not intracranial hemorrhage occurred, which again is problematic because there was discoloration to the back of the skull. They noted it. They measured it. Why
I was
didn't
going to ask you about that.
Why would it be discoloration to the back of his skull? And that's another red flag. Why would it be discoloration? What would be the reason that he has a red mark, soft tissue mark, on the back of his neck? From what? You know what I mean? So
why was that not disclosed? And if there was no underlying fracture, fine, but why not say that? This family should know more than what they know. Even when we get cases like this and we have questions, we still tell the families what little we know and tell them, hey, things could change, but here's what we have right now.
So a lot of questions
And they
about
ain't
this.
telling them
Number one,
shit.
the fact that those, I hate to say it, those pieces of Nolan's body are missing, does that mean you can't even determine whether this was an accidental drowning?
So my question, hold on, before this, what my question is, so the first people who did the autopsy, what did they say? Are they not, okay, I know they said when they turned the body over, they didn't send no paperwork, but since then, since they noticed it was gone, have they gave y'all the update on what was the status of the shit? Okay, we still got it. Our bad, we didn't tell you about it, but we still got it, and here's what we discovered. We're still looking at it, we're still researching it. Have they gave you any updates on what is the status of the neck? You know what I mean? What's going on? Or are they holding back from sharing any information at all? They're not giving you shit.
Exactly, because I need to know when they received that body at that first examination, was there water in the airway? Was there debris in the airway? What were the contents of his stomach? Were there pills there? Was there alcohol there? Was there food there? That gives me a timeline on when Nolan may have last eaten. What was he drinking? I'm examining the contents of his stomach. How was his body found? Was he found actually in a body of water, truly inside of the water, or was he just on the shoreline? All of these things matter greatly when you are doing a water death, especially.
So if the first examiner, right, removed those body parts, does that suggest that they may have a conclusion, that when the state ME's report comes out with the toxicology findings, they may have a conclusion whether or not there was foul play, whether there was trauma to that region, whether there was drowning, that the fact that they removed those pieces would suggest they may have an answer?
They sent everything else. So obviously they held these pieces of Nolan's body behind to further examine them. Why? And if you weren't going to send the entire body, why? And you need to tell not only the examiner that, you need to tell the family that, you need to tell the attorney that, because that is significant information. This Dr. Roger Mitchell cannot perform a full independent examination if he's missing pieces of the body.
Oh,
Did you
God.
do a full skeletal x-ray to know whether or not those
Especially the important pieces. The important pieces is missing. Nigga, I need that to know if it was strangulation, bro.
were broken. I really think the biggest mistake here is that they did not allow this family to go ahead and perform an independent autopsy, knowing the circumstances of this case.
But you know, people are going to look at this and say, are they hiding something? They give a
Of
body
course.
over without, is that a fair conclusion? Or is that, like, again, I want to be careful about this and say, is this something that you've seen before? Is it standard? Is it a lapse in judgment? Is it a mistake? Is it sloppy work? Or is there something that is not, you know, there's a lack of
Not adding up.
transparency?
Here's what I think. Listening to them respond about the condition of his body and what they believed could have happened to Nolan without even getting to the examination of his body is concerning. How can you assume that there was no foul play? How can you assume that this was an accidental drowning and you have not even completed the autopsy yet? That would have been mistake number one to point out in this case, not only from a perspective of being a parent, but also just as the coroner, I meet with our law enforcement and tell them, hey, please do not release this type of information without talking to me first. Because I don't want the family to think that we're hiding anything from them. I want them to know. And Nolan deserves to have the story of his death told. No matter how harsh it may be, no matter how benign it may be, he deserves to have the truth of his death told accurately.
What we need to figure out is, now this is a deep dive. Let's find the connection. I'm not going to do it, but deep dive into who, you never know who's back here doing the autopsy. Is there family? Is there relation to the motherfucking, this is Mississippi. These motherfuckers, you know, them country towns, all these motherfuckers be related and shit. A lot of these motherfuckers be related. So who's over the autopsy? Are they related to anybody that is being accused in any kind of way? Was this their cousin, father, uncle? Was this their teacher growing up? What type of connection could possibly be there? Because it seemed like this whole narrative from the jump with this case is going to be like, it's some janky shit finna happen with this case. This is janky. It's a cover up. Something ain't right. It's been like that out the gate. So that shit is just lingering in the air. And then now the autopsy comes out and the neck is missing and this red soft tissue fracture in the back and all this. And it's like, we still don't have no answers. And that's not common. Nigga, what did you find in the stomach? What did you find? What do you see? You ain't giving us no information, nigga. So that's only going to prolong the theory of everybody thinking they're trying to cover up something. They're trying to cover up something. They're trying to cover up something. Are they trying to cover up something? Right now, I think the world is looking at it like it's a possibility. It's about 70-30. 70, I ain't going to say 100%. I'm going to say 70-30. Because they said, hey, we just doing a little more research on it. How much more time you need, nigga? Because we need that. We need what y'all got. We need that throat, nigga. We need that throat. We need that throat, nigga. How long y'all gonna take with this motherfucker?
This red discoloration on the back of Nolan's head in this tissue area, I believe they call it the focal, you would know better than me, the focal, they call it the focal.
They called it a focal discoloration, meaning that it wasn't a diffuse discoloration, meaning it didn't cover a wide area. It was very specific to that area, so specific, in fact, that they could measure it to determine that it didn't spread anywhere else. So I think that's really important because that could be a point of impact.
Now, could that be from the examination, the first examination, the way the body was placed? Or could that be, because remember when the body was ultimately examined, right? I think it was July 10th, they say the body was examined, unless I think I'm correct about that. But could that be someone hit Nolan? Something happened to him and that mark would still be there, just assuming, or do you think it could be something that happened after he died?
I think it's probably before, especially because there seemed to be the discoloration as it was described. And again, you have someone who is a non-medical professional reading an autopsy report, which I also completely disagree with, because it muddies the waters. He really should have had either Dr. Mitchell or an assistant, someone with medical training and knowledge, to read this autopsy report. But I digress. The discoloration that they discussed, just want to make sure I'm quoting them correctly and what they stated, said it was a 12 by 8-inch red discoloration overlaying the occipital bone. So I think that's significant because this shows a blow from behind. No matter
12 by 8-inch, god damn.
matter whether or not it caused intracranial hemorrhage or not, we know that there was no underlying skull fracture associated with it. So the fact that this happened to him, we know that this was a anti-mortem thing, that this happened before he died, because you don't really bruise after you die. We check for those bruises. We actually have the pathologist cut into those bruises and they look for certain things. Now, again, this
See, because that could be, I was thinking that too. I'm like, what if, that's the key element, like you don't bruise after you die. Because it could be argued like, oh, maybe when he was in the water, he hit his head on a rock. Boom, when he was in the water, like, you know, while his body was floating or something, he could have hit his head. A current could have pushed him into a rock. Boom, he hit his head after he was already dead. And that's where it came from. But if they're saying, hey, if he's already dead, nigga, that scar wouldn't even be there if he hit his head on the rock because he was dead already. So that clears that. So now, where the hell did the scar come from? 12 by 8 inches? God damn. The fuck?
It was found later. It was found in an outdoor area, but we don't know if that body had been there the entire time, or did somebody bring it back and drop it off? They say he was fully clothed, but in all the pictures, he doesn't have a shirt on. There's so many questions.
What did you make of that? What about the marked decomposition of the body?
Again, very significant. It's so significant because I want to know what decompositional changes there were. Was he bloated? Was he waterlogged? They say he wasn't waterlogged, but again, if you're found face down near a body of water, wet things break down faster. I can't imagine that the shoreline is just dry. There's water there. There's moisture there. So is his face intact? Were there bugs on him? There should have been some examination, even with the forensic entomologist, to say, was bug activity present here?
Where's the goddamn pictures? Like, who's in charge? When the coroner comes, they take pictures of the body. They don't let nobody move it. They're going to take pictures first. Boom, boom, boom. Why the fuck they can't get a hold to that, to these pictures, to see this information, to see how he was when they found him? Why does everything has to be assumption? Like, it's crazy how, like, the family, they're holding back giving this information from the family. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Y'all don't want to work with me, cuz? Tell me what's going on with my kid? What are y'all trying to cover up, man?
You can look at the bugs to help determine a timeline for the time of death. I feel like so much is missing here. And I think the biggest mistake, Jesse, seriously, is that they should have given this family the option to perform an autopsy on their own before someone else touched the body.
I want to play something else from Ben Crump this morning. Let's take a look.
This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to or caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he said based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant. With the following questions still outstanding, number one, what were the circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water? Number two, what was the body position when it was found? Number three, was there water in the airway? Remember, he talked about the lungs and the airways, where they filled with water. Number four, is there any evidence of injuries to the anterior neck structure? We got the autopsy without his neck. We got the body without his neck at the time of the second autopsy. Number five, is there any evidence of any intracranial hemorrhaging? He said that is going to be very significant. Things that he could not observe at autopsy that the initial medical examiner would have been able to observe. Number 6 was the composition of what was the composition of the stomach contents. He talks about that being important because when was he found? How long had he been in the water? How long had it been since his last meal? All those things become relevant factors when you're trying to do a thorough and impartial autopsy.
Yeah, that's like some damn sabotage, nigga. I can't do nothing with this. You giving me the leftovers, like I can't work. I can't get the facts that I need. You took all the important shit. So now you're just giving me this, and nigga, I can't come to no determination with what happened. God damn, nigga, like, all the important shit is gone. So really, they still control the narrative. They still control the narrative, man. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll send y'all the body, but after we done with it. So let's clean up what we need to clean up so that they can't make a determination on what happened. And then we're going to give it to y'all, and y'all, we already know. They controlling the ball, man.
And number 7, what are the toxicology report findings? He said the best classification again for the cause and manner of death for Nolan Xavier Wells is undetermined pending investigation.
Damn.
So they can't rule out foul play. How do the state investigators now respond to this? I'm imagining they're still waiting for toxicology results for their own autopsy, but do they respond to this? How do they respond to this? When do we receive the official autopsy from the state medical examiner's office? What's going to happen next there? I mean, I'm really curious about the law enforcement's response to this.
I think their option is to respond. I think it's the only right thing to do. The fact that they have chosen not to respond, the fact that they've chosen not to be transparent and to share information, it's not just a failure of duty, but it's a betrayal of public trust.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The public trusts you to tell the story about how people died, whatever that truth may be. And if they have something, they need to talk with the family.
Exactly. Like, why the fuck how are you holding all this of my son's body and you're not updating me on shit? Why haven't you told me what's going on with his throat? What you guys, why did I have to wait for the independent, you know what I mean, to autopsy for y'all to tell me, like for him to tell me, what is going on with my son, bro? Why haven't I seen pictures of how my son was discovered on the island when y'all found him? Why do I got to sit here and assume and then say, I think he was fully clothed. I heard he was fully clothed. They said he was in shorts. He wasn't in shorts. Like, nigga, y'all have the pictures. Y'all have the information. Tell me, motherfucker, why y'all holding back? That's just my son. So that's what makes this shit seem like y'all trying to hide something. Be transparent, bro.
They don't need to have a press conference about it. They don't need to talk to anyone else but that family. And tell the family, hey, I want to share this with you, but I need you guys to not share this until we get all of the reports back. That's a very simple ask. This mother and father want to know what happened to their son. That's the least that they could do is respond and say, this is why we're saying there's no foul play. This is how we've concluded this.
And I'm curious, look, if there really is a divergence between what that medical examination is and what is here, I mean, it's already going to raise a lot of questions. This presser is going to raise a lot of questions. The toxicology findings, how much is that going to help fill in the blanks?
I don't know that it will. If there's nothing there, then it's non-contributory to the cause of death. But what if there is something there? This is a student athlete. This is someone who prided himself on his athletic ability and staying healthy to play football. This was a first love for him. You hear his dad speak so passionately about his son's football career and what he was trying to do. So I can't imagine that this is a kid who's just out here doing drugs and drinking. And if someone saw him doing those things, then step forward, say something. Because we know as parents that our children don't tell us everything that they do. He's a college kid. Maybe he does do something every now and again, but someone needs to say something. Someone needs to.
I think even, as we talked about, having that video come out that could potentially be Nolan, that's a piece of the puzzle, right? More video coming out, establish a timeline. There's something to this idea about so many people being there, and you don't know who spoke to who yet and what those interviews.
Man, I'll tell you one thing, bro. Whoever be recording these damn videos, this is video number 2 that done came out. They always spinning in a circle fast as a bitch. Like, goddamn, nigga, like nobody out there recorded this nigga nowhere. This is the best videos we got out of all the people that be on these islands recording, taking pictures with their family, recording moments, recording their homies doing some funny shit. Like, nobody caught this nigga in the background to the point where all these people on the island, nobody saw shit. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, none of y'all niggas saw shit. They saying they left him at 3 o'clock. None of y'all saw him at 4 o'clock? Did any of y'all see him at 4 o'clock? Do y'all remember seeing a black kid? It ain't very many of them out here. Do y'all remember seeing a black kid walking around shirtless out here? Who was he with? All these people out here on this goddamn island, nobody saw shit. Y'all can't say he was out there after 3 o'clock? Nobody? I don't know, man, but that Ben Crump, shout out Ben Crump and what he's doing, man. I feel you, but Bill, you could definitely send motherfuckers in a swirl with this information, man. You got to be kind of like, you got to be solid with your information, Ben Crump, because you told us that was Nolan yelling in that video, and everybody ran with that shit, only to come to find out that wasn't Nolan yelling. And it's like, bro, just, this shit, nigga, it's a sensitive case for sure. The niggas is on edge for this one, man. They like, what? They know it's foul play going on. It's foul play. But why does it feel like everybody's in on it, like everybody's helping cover this shit up? Or because if it's no foul play, just come out. Your homeboys, where y'all at? Matter of fact, his homeboy did an interview. One of his homeboys did an interview. We're going to watch that next. I want to see. One of his homeboys that was on the boat in that picture with him, that when it's all 4 of them, one of them came out and did an interview and spoke. I know it's some PR cleanup probably. They probably told him what to do, what to say, what questions these people could ask him. Shit like that, but we're going to watch it.
But again, you have to imagine somebody might have more information, because right now, based on this independent autopsy, and we'll see what happens with the official autopsy.
And if this is him, who boat is this? Who boat is this? Who is this guy right here? Who is he? Who is she? Who is he bending over talking to? Who is that? Who is this nigga on this boat right here? Clearly he leaning on a boat. Who is he? Like, nigga, let's start right here. Hey, bro, is that Nolan on your boat? This should look like this your boat, nigga. Is that Nolan on your boat? Yes or no? I know y'all can track these motherfuckers down. Y'all know how to track everybody in the world down. Y'all know how to track this nigga down.
That can only tell so much. So, Dr. Nita Rutherford, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
All right. Yeah, shout out to bro, man. All right, let's see. I want to see this interview. One of the guys came out and did an interview. Let me see. One of the 4 friends, the friends. Where is it at? I saved it. I thought I saved it. Shit. Let me see. Shotgun on time. Oh, I thought I saved that shit. I guess oh, here we go.
Oh, like 3.
Oh, here we go. Nolan Wells' best friend tells the truth about Nolan Wells after Backlash. Let's see. Let's listen to a bit.
Straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last, 2 days. Went out to Horn Island. So I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things.
Hold on. Wait. Let me see something. Oh, okay. I wonder what made them pick him, Officer Tatum. I don't know nothing about Officer Tatum, but if y'all watch his content, let me know. Is he like one of them whitewashed niggas, or is he one of them pro-black niggas? And what y'all know about him? He got 4 million subscribers, so, I mean, he booming. But why did they pick him to go sit down with, I wonder? Out of all the people you could sit down with, why Officer Tatum?
And the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear your story, to hear Nolan's story through you, through his friend. And it's not just you, it's a bunch of y'all. But, you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives and all of the above. But you decided that you wanted to take this bold step and give a statement and, you know, get your side out here. And I want to start at the very beginning of all of this and ask you, what was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. And Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never
So basically, Nolan is a saint. He don't argue with people. You know what I'm saying? He don't get no fights. He don't start shit. He not a shit starter. So what happened, man? Let's get to the important shit. What happened that day, nigga, and why did y'all leave him?
Or will
Allegedly.
ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well,
What?
Nolan, a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean, we hang out every day when we're back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend. And I mean, we were never at Nolan's house.
What? Wait a fucking minute. How you my homie since elementary, middle school, high school, and you ain't never came to meet my mama, nigga? How you call yourself my brother? He's like a brother to me. You never came to meet my mama, nigga? My mama don't know you? What? How am I a brother to you? You don't know my mama, nigga? That is crazy. Who the fuck been homies since elementary, middle school, high school, college, and you don't know they mama? That is, nigga, y'all.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but I met his father, and I mean, in 8th grade, that's when Nolan and I like got really close. It was COVID year, and we were in class all year long together, me and a couple of my buddies, and Nolan and I just got super tight because we'd get a Waffle House once a week together, eat, and I mean, we were just super, super close. But his dad would swing by Waffle House, you know, and like, you know, hang out around us, but never, you know, I was never around Nolan's parents a lot. But I mean, that didn't change our relationship any. Nolan and I were.
Why not? You got to like give us that detail. Why wasn't you? Like, why not? You never wanted to go meet his mama? You never wanted to go, when y'all kids, you know what I'm saying, you want to go to your homeboy house. You never want to go to your homeboy house? What kid don't want to go to their homie house or their homie birthday party as a kid or in middle school? You want to go to your homeboy shit. You're gonna meet their parents at his birthday parties. He's black. He has some birthday parties. I know he has some birthday parties. Nigga, you didn't go to no birthday parties? This your brother, right? You wasn't at none of his birthday parties and none of this shit. Like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of fishy. What's up with bruh?
Just as close, and he was just as close with my friends as, you know, anyone else. So.
And walk me through the day of 4th of July where you guys were all going out.
Right.
This seems like something that I would assume that may have occurred more than just this year.
Yeah, of course.
Was it something that you guys did more than just this year? Just a 2-part question. I want to know, Is it something that you guys typically did together? Did you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. You know, being from the Gulf Coast, there's a boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I or my family and I are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or, you know, people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, you know, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, I mean, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat when we're home. Very, very common. That's what we like to do. My friends like to fish also, and like to go on the boat, not just fishing, but like to go on the boat, like to go on sunset cruises, like to do it all, you know, on the water, you know? And I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean, he was not like he was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water and, you know, have a good time with the guys. And that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us. And he was always welcome to come. Nolan was always out there with us. And, but
Man, you keep saying the same shit over and fucking over, man. Spit the shit out already, motherfucker. So what's the difference this year from last year? How did y'all not lose them last year, but y'all lost them this year? Break it down, man. Get to the shit we want to know, man. All this cap you trying to sell us right now that y'all was brothers. Y'all niggas wasn't brothers, man.
Started 4th of July, you know, my buddies and I had talked about this week's upcoming, you know, everybody's very, very excited for the 4th of July from down here. Like it's a big thing.
It's a big deal.
Very, very big deal. And I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me. And I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck, and well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back, and the boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddy, and we went, topped the boat off, loaded it down with hot.
What did y'all just edit out right there? Why did y'all edit right there? No edits, nigga. What did y'all edit out? No edits, bro. We need everything, bro. Don't edit shit. They just edited something out. He said, "What the fuck was that about?" That means it was something. Yeah, he messed up and said this. Hey, we need to take that out. After his PR or his mama and them saw it after the fact. Hey, take this part out when he said this. Take this part out.
And just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and I drove the boat from Fort Bayou boat launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you say we all, who are you talking about? You, Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
We had roughly 20 to 30 people.
Ooh, that's a lot of people
on 3 separate boats with us. And so we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know,
that's a lot of people. 20 people. A lot could go wrong. Nolan could have been on somebody bitch, talking to a nigga bitch. Everybody don't like you. In a 20-person friend group, all 20 people ain't gonna like you, especially you the only black nigga, man. They probably like, why is this nigga here again? Who brought him?
It wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear, because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, you know, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, you know. There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island.
4,000 people. and all they got is 2 videos. Make it make sense, man. That's what I don't get. Why y'all like scrapping for videos to find of this thing? It's 4,000 people on the island. It's 4,000 people out there. It gotta be videos, pictures, something. Nigga Snapchats, something out there with me and bruh. Y'all going 20 deep, my nigga? Y'all know when y'all get ready to go somewhere and celebrate with the homies, 20 deep, y'all gonna be recording before y'all leave. Y'all gonna be recording while y'all there. It's gonna be one of the homies. Every friend group got an AD that's gonna pull that camera out and record. Hey, my nigga, hey, what's up? Take a shot. Take a shot, bro. Take a shot. It's gonna be a nigga that's gonna be recording Nolan, recording them. It's 3 boats, 20 people. You know what I'm saying? And we leave together, we roll together, we split up. So it's what, 6, 7 of y'all per boat? 6, 7 of y'all on a boat. But then when it came to Nolan, when it's time to come home, y'all saying, oh, it was a girl he stayed behind with. Man, let's get to that part. Let's keep listening what this nigga talking about.
There was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see of people from, I mean, there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people lined up all up and down the island to where, I mean, who knows? I mean, and that wasn't just, we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there. I mean, there's tons of people packed out on the south side and on the east end and in the middle of the island. But just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. It wasn't just
1,000
us.
people.
Let's go back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to you guys at the dock, getting on the boat. You're saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Right.
What boat were you on, and what boat was Nolan on?
There we go. I like this guy. He doesn't come off like he favoritism for the white people to me thus far. But yeah, go back. Don't let him skip past shit. Ask all the key questions we want to know. We gonna catch this nigga.
Nolan was on Wyatt's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down, and I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat and I'll take you and your friends. Of course, I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that.
Who was on a goddamn boat Nolan was on, nigga?
There was like 8 people on the Triton, and then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton, and then there was the rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line, which is 24 tide line.
And so you guys get on, and I know a little bit more than the audience do because we went out there a little earlier because I wanted to see exactly what the drive was like, what the dock was like, how far it is out there.
Of course.
But I want you to tell, the audience, like, what was this trip like? How was the waters? Did you guys do anything in between the time you rode and the time you get to the island? Was there music? Is it like a big party? Like, what is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously music's blasting. It's 4th of July, man. I mean, you know how, everybody's really excited. And I mean, we had a lot of people loaded down. So obviously our biggest, we're just trying to make sure everybody, gets out there safe. And so, I mean, on the way out there, it was pretty calm. I think it was blowing like 3 or 4 knots. I mean, the waters were clear. It was a great day to be on the water. Sunshine, not cloudy at all. And I mean, it was a great day to be out there on 4th of July. And so, I mean, we followed each other out, and I mean, it was calm. It was calm. On the way back, it was a little more rough, but it was not anything all my buddies' boats couldn't handle, or like, it wasn't like we were getting beat.
Hey, shut the fuck up. What about Nolan, man? Goddamn, you know why we here, man. We're not here to talk about you and your buddy boat. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy. We don't give a fuck. Okay, now that we got that out the way, he was on the boat. What was Nolan on the boat doing? Who was he with? We need to know, nigga. You said you had some bitches from college come on down. Is there anybody in your friend group that would have been mad if somebody was talking to one of the bitches because this is his ex-girlfriend or something? Could that be something going on? Like, what? Paint the picture for us, man. What's happening? My buddy. We here for Nolan, man. Tell us about the environment Nolan is in on these boats, man.
Really beat up or anything. I mean, it was pretty calm.
And so you guys get out there. I'm assuming that you line the boats up because I'm envisioning the picture of getting out there and there's hundreds of boats. Mm-hmm. There's thousands of people. Yeah. So it wasn't just you guys on a deserted island with
of course not.
A few people. This is thousands of people out there.
Right.
And there's a lot of people doing what? What does it look like when you first pull up?
I pull up, and we pulled up at 10:30. I mean, it wasn't, early afternoon. I mean, it wasn't, but 10:30 is, still pretty early in the day. And when we got there was already 3 rows of boats lined up all the way, like I said, until I could see. And
you're talking, when you say all you can see, you're speaking about miles of boat. When we went out there earlier, or not earlier today, but when we went out there, the island is massive.
Correct.
I mean, it's just several miles long.
Roughly 10 to 12 miles. I mean, it's...
So you think that the boats were stretching from one end to the next, or a small area of about a mile?
10 miles of boats. God damn.
Or less than a mile of boats?
Well, I mean, I think there was boats all the way around the entire island, but I think some spots were more popular than others. Like the West Tip is usually very, very crowded on the 4th of July, and everybody knows that. So that's where a lot of people park because they want to be around other people. And the East End's a little more, there's not as many people, but there's still a lot of boats out there. I mean, it's not like every area of Horn Island is covered, 100%.
Wow. So you get out there, y'all jump out.
Man, this motherfucker is beating around these questions, bro. You know what we here for, man. Come on, stop the bullshit, bro. What was it like where you was at, nigga? I don't give a fuck about the East End, the West End. You said y'all was on the North End. What was it like right there? Nigga, what was going on? You didn't even answer his question. He said, what do people be doing on the island? You skipped right past that. What did y'all do when y'all got to the island, man? What are y'all doing there? Because it don't look like it ain't shit but tree and brush at that motherfucker. So we going over here to get fucked up? We going over here to get slammed? You know what I mean? Throw back some brewskis, snort some coke, nigga, hang out with the hoes? What are you there doing, brother? You're there at 10:30 in the morning. What the fuck are you doing there at 10:30 in the morning, nigga? You skip right past the answer. You didn't even answer the question. What are you doing there?
What do you do? You know, when I say jump out, you obviously not just sitting on the boat. The island is there. Like, what exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spending more time in the water, on the island, in the boat? Like, how is that look out there?
I mean, everybody, as soon as you get there, I mean, there's people on boats, grabbing drinks and, food, whatever else. Like, I mean, everybody is fully prepared for the 4th of July. They bring, all the drinks and food that they need because, I mean, they've been preparing for 4th for a little while now. But when we got there, I helped my buddies tie the boats up because the tie line was right here, the Palm Beach was in the middle, and then the Triton was on the outer side. And there was about a drop off from where the bow was. I mean, if you jumped off the bow, you were probably about neck deep in water. But if you got off the stern, you were probably waist deep in water. I mean, but when we got there, we tied up, got, bow and rear anchor set, and we tied up all the boats, made sure they were good, and everyone just got on the water. And then eventually, next thing you know, it's our group. And then, next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us. And then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And
doing what, man? You're not answering the goddamn question, man. What are y'all doing? Fuck, bro. Just stop. Fucking answer the question, man. He asked you this shit 10 minutes ago, and you've been giving all type of other answers. What are y'all doing? Hey, explain to me what's going on when y'all parked the boat, nigga. What happened? Basically saying, hey, bitch, we parked this boat. What is Nolan doing? We're here for Nolan, nigga. We're not here for you and your buddies. Tell us what we need Nolan incorporating all your answers, nigga. Yeah, when we got there, Nolan was doing this. When we got there, Nolan was hanging out here. Incorporate Nolan because we're not here for you, brother.
I mean, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, you know, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time.
Of
Just
course.
like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably
Right.
20-year-olds,
Right.
college students,
Right.
out on the island,
Right.
women, you know, you probably had alcohol.
Of
so y'all
course,
having
yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, of course.
And so where's Nolan in this? You know, you guys out there, the friend groups are out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, you know, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out, because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, you know, everybody.
Brother. Answer the goddamn questions, man. Fuck, this nigga's pissing me off. We don't care about your homies from college, nigga. He will not answer shit about Nolan. Bitch, what was Nolan doing? I had a conversation with Nolan. I had a conversation with all my homies. Well, nigga, stop right there. I had a conversation with Nolan. What was the conversation about, nigga? We're here for Nolan, bro. Give us that conversation. Don't just skip past that. What was the conversation? How was he feeling around y'all? Was he mad? Was he happy? Was he sad? Did he want to go home? Was he uncomfortable? Was he comfortable? That's paint the picture of what's going on with Nolan, brother.
My age and even people older than us were, you know, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. You know, we're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, you know, every weekend. Like, I fish the islands. I don't just, you know, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan, and, you know, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking, most of everybody. And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations, and, you know, Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan. And I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So,
yeah. And
my nigga. This is your brother, right? In the beginning of this interview, you said this is your brother. Now you shutting it off like he ain't important to you, man. Yeah, he one of the people. I know 1,000 people out there, though. So, nigga, nah, my brother conversation is important, nigga. The homies conversation, if I'm talking to them niggas, it's important. Fuck these other 1,000 people. They not important, nigga. Yeah, I know these niggas. They associates and people I know from shit. But my brother, the conversation we having, hey, I made sure I checked on bro. He said he was good. But he was saying that somebody was giving him an issue. You know what I mean? Somebody was looking at him crazy. Or he was feeling like this. Like, you're not telling us. What is the conversation that you and Nolan was having? It was a cool conversation. Man, listen, brother. You are on a platform. The world is watching. You are under a microscope right now, my nigga. This ain't the time to hold back. This ain't the time to hold back and spoon feed the people. You can't spoon feed us, my nigga. You chose to sit down and do this interview. Open the fuck up, nigga. Open up and tell us details. Because right now, it looked like you and your homeboys did some fishy shit. So you should be on here spilling it out, nigga, doing everything possible to get that narrative off you and the homies. I would never kill that nigga, man, because we was talking, and that nigga said he was cool, boo, 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 boo. I made sure he was straight. Nigga, we had a couple drinks. He started telling me about the little bitches on the island. We started talking to the girls. He saw one girl that he liked. He walked over to her. You know, that nigga be crazy because he always do that. When he see bitches, he be leaving the group and shit. So I'm the homie that always makes sure he's straight. So I'm going to go, like, you got to give us detail, bro. You can't just say I had a conversation and he was cool. And I know 1,000 people on the island, though. So our conversations was...
Nolan said something interesting you told me about this. Something he said to you, I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
right.
And then he also mentioned something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and, you know, I grew up with Nolan, and Nolan's, you know, just like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan or picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like he's always happy.
All right, I don't like this Officer Tatum nigga no more. I don't like what he just did. You know what the fuck you just did, Officer Tatum. We all know what you just did. bitch. Y'all did, okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I expected. This is one of them damn PR interviews where, hey, look, say this, and this is the goal of this conversation. We need to paint him out to be the guy that was his brother, that wasn't guilty, blah, blah, blah. And you over here smiling, nigga. This ain't a smiling matter, Officer Tatum. None of us is smiling about this situation, bro. We over here scratching our head trying to figure out what's up. Why you over here smiling and doing all that? And then you leading the conversation. Yeah, I heard that, you said that. Don't try to highlight the good shit. Get to the important shit. Why did y'all leave that nigga? Why did y'all wipe his phone? Why did y'all not call his mama? Why did y'all not give his phone to his mama? Get to the good shit, nigga. Fuck all this painting out like they the best friends of the world when he literally just shut a nigga off. Like, I know all 1,000 people on the island. Like, he's just another nigga on the island. Man, you gotta watch the key details in this conversation these niggas have.
If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan, And Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like, that's how our friend group is. We're really jokingly laugh. No one takes anything that serious. We enjoy our time together. I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So if I ever need to get something off my chest or talk to anybody, I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out, like, even if I'm having issues with something, I go talk to my group chat, and my guys are there to, give me a hand anytime I need it. And all my guys are, all my buddies are the same exact way. Nolan was the same exact way. If you ever need something, I'm here, man. Like, that's how he was, so.
And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
And explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying and
Correct.
they're having a good time, but something happened to where it necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck? That's it?
So.
Oh, hell no. What the fuck? No. Hold on, man. Part 2 coming soon. Man, right when you get to the fucking part we want to know. You motherfucker. You motherfucker, Officer Tatum. Part 2's not out yet? Oh, here it go. Part 2 is out. I was about to be hot, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Some of the boys that they're accusing wasn't even on the boat that Nolan was on.
If I'm sitting waist deep in water and all my friends are, everybody's leaving their phone on a boat. I open the back hatch and there's water up to the batteries. And that is obviously not good. Nolan decided to stay on the island with the girl that he was with. And the girl is a witness to that too.
Yeah. All right, we're in Mississippi right now. We're getting ready to...
Oh, this nigga he actually went to Horn Island. Okay, let's watch. He actually in the location of the death. All right.
Count the exact path that the boys took, also with Nolan Wells, from where they docked the boat at, all the way out to Horn Island and back. The boys are going to explain to me exactly what went on, how many people were there, how many boats were taken out, which I think the world is going to be completely dumbfounded when they realize what the truth really is.
Oh, no. I see what's going on with you. You motherfucker. The world is going to be completely dumbfounded. Okay, so you team cracker. That's what's going on with you. You team cracker, nigga. You over here trying to plead their case and clear their name. Because I was just finna say, hold on, wait. It struck me right now. I'm like, wait, he breaking down all this detail with you, Officer Tatum. He finna take you to the island, Officer Tatum, and back, and all the homeboys finna come link with you and tell you what happened, Officer Tatum. Have they done this with his mother yet? Bitch, if anybody deserves an explanation and a breakdown of all the details of what happened that day, it's his mom and dad, nigga. The fuck I'm telling you for? Hey, man, Miss Wells, can I come over here and break down what happened and explain to you? I will even take you I will go as far as showing you everything we did that day. I'll show you the boat he was on. You can meet the friends, because you don't know me like that, even though I'm saying he's my brother since elementary, middle school, high school, college. You don't know me like that, so you don't know my character. But I'm actually, don't judge me just because I'm white. I want you to know that I'm sincere. I loved your son like a brother, and I'm willing, any questions you got, anything you need, boom, 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 Like, that's the energy you should be giving to his mother, not to Officer fucking Tatum. He don't deserve shit. Why he get the full breakdown? Nigga, the mother over here trying to figure out what happened to her son. Nigga, come give me the answers, bro. That's crazy.
Lies have been pervasive. So we're right here where Nolan left on the boat, and you'll find out how many people were there, how many boats, and then we're gonna take that same path out. I'm gonna go look at Horn Island and see exactly where they could have been to get a perspective that the media don't even care to try to do. And then we're gonna take the trek back, and we're gonna find out exactly what happened to Nolan. This is the reason why I'm here, man. I want you guys to have a voice. I want you guys to be able to speak out and show what the truth really is, and then let the world decide. I just don't want you guys to end up in a situation where your story never gets heard. Right here is where Nolan and probably 20 other kids got on the boat. So it's not just Nolan and 3 other kids. That was a lie, that was a myth. I'm gonna prove that. Right here is where the kids were docking, and we're gonna show you a video that coincided. I'm gonna walk at the exact angle that the video is being broadcast from, so you know that I'm exactly where I say I am. But the boys were here. Tons of people you'll see on the video is getting onto the boat, and they took 3 boats out. It wasn't just one, it wasn't just Nolan and 4 boys. It was a multitude of people on several different boats, and some of the boys that they're accusing.
Is that Nolan right here? Is that Nolan right here? I look like a black kid with blue shorts. They said blue shorts, no shirt. They say he had no shirt on off the gate. So all this fully clothed shit, it don't even look like he got no bag or nothing with him. I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Been on the boat that Nolan was on. But let me show you from the vantage point where I have the video to prove that I'm here where I say I am. And so right now, here's the angle that you're gonna see on the footage. It's just from probably that boat to, maybe about 30, 40 feet here to the right. And this is where the video is showing how many people were actually out there, actually getting on the boats. So therefore it debunks very clearly that it was only Nolan and 4 boys going out here to Horn Island.
Where's the video with him on the actual boat and them leaving the dock? Where's that video at, Officer Tatum? We need to know who the fuck was on the boat with him, brother. You doing all this kissing ass right now. Show the video with him on the boat and who was on the boat that he left with, and then show the video of that same boat coming back and who's still on the boat and who's not. Man, come on, man. This nigga on some sucker shit. Well, see, in the beginning, I fucked with you on episode 1, bro, but you was a clown, bro.
All right, you guys, sorry about the sunglasses. It's very bright out here, and I never wear sunglasses, but we're at Horn Island in almost the exact same position where the boys were, where Nolan was. So if you look out right here, just so you guys can get a perspective, you have the Horn Island here, but I want you guys to put this in your mind what this was like on that day. You have boats 2, 3, 4 deep from way down there where you can see all the way through here. You have thousands of people on this island, probably 2,000 people. So this wasn't some abandoned, secluded island where nobody's at. Obviously, this is a Monday, and there's a few people on the backside of the island, not a lot of people here. But on 4th of July, this is a celebration. And so this wasn't a small place where 4 boys took their black friend and dropped him off and never seen him again. This place was flooded with people. Tons of people, multiple boats, multiple friend groups. I mean, everybody's here having a good time. And then the boat gets towed out because it was getting ready to sink. And so, and for what I was told, they told Nolan, get on the boat, man, get on the boat, get on the freaking boat. And he decided, because he's an adult, that he was gonna stay behind. And all the boys that they've been accusing, and they saying it had something to do with his death, they were all gone at 4:30. They were all gone. And they told Nolan to get on the boat, he didn't. And then there was a report of somebody seeing Nolan around 6:30-ish. And so for them to come out and claim these lies, won't take the time to come to Horn Island, won't take the trip out here to figure out what happened, won't talk to anybody, pushing an agenda is wrong. And that's the reason why I came out here. I wanted to see for myself, what did this look like? What could have happened? You know, does the stories line up based on what I've seen and what I've heard from people that live here that were involved in this situation? This is where the lie started.
Now, the lie starts if the homie said he's staying behind. See, you got to give us a little more context with that part. Because listen, if I'm with my brother and nigga, I know we are on an island where you need a boat to get back. Not like we had a club where nigga you could catch the bus or call an Uber. I'm on an island. It's a little more important for me to know where exactly you're going if you're staying here and I'm leaving you. I know this is your only means of transportation to get here. Hey, bro, I'm just going to stay here. Wait, who you staying with, nigga? Because how you going to get back, bro? That's common sense questions you're going to ask your brother. Wait, hold on, you staying here. Who you going with, fool? Who going to take you back? Oh, this girl I just met. Oh, okay, for sure, I'm gone. That's not how this shit works, man. That's not how this shit works. Nigga, you gonna be like, hey, man, fuck that bitch, nigga, let's go. Or you gonna be like, who? Nigga, who is she? If you don't know who she is. Or you either know who she is. Nigga, hey, Katie, the little bitch I'll be knocking down? Oh, or that's gonna be the homegirl or whatever. Okay, then you'll feel a little comfortable because you will know the status of that relationship with them. If it's a cool one, you're going to feel comfortable leaving your brother there with her. But if you know, like, hey, man, that's a janky-ass bitch. She be fucking on everybody. Nah, cuz, you coming with us. Nah, you ain't staying with that bitch. Fuck that bitch, man. Talk to that bitch when y'all get back to the island. When y'all get back over here, man. Talk when y'all get back to the city. We are on an island where you can only get over here with a boat, man. This is very important if I'm going to leave you. I have to know that you're good. Why? Because you're my brother since elementary, middle school, high school, college. I need to know that you are 100% good. So just say, oh, he stayed behind to talk to a girl. Nigga, what? You should be on it. Like, hold on, he never came back. Hey, nigga, the bitch, where's she at? I already went and pressed her and found out. Did y'all go press the girl? Do y'all know who the girl is? Like, that's the part. Because the girl, they said, oh, the girl name was Katie, and Katie said she never left with him or that never happened. So that's where it becomes a gray area. Like, who the fuck is lying here, bruh?
People were putting out on social media, knowing that they're lying, that this is what it was like on a day that Nolan and his friends came out here to Horn Island. And if it was 4 or 5 people and they came out here and Nolan was with them and maybe it was a few people out here like it is today, and Nolan came up missing, then maybe it would be suspicious. But they didn't take the time to give context to the people because they're evil and they're liars. So if it was like that right now, when the situation happened, I can see how people had a concern. But you got to replay this moment with thousands of people here. If anything would have happened directly involving Nolan and his friends, you can't tell me that thousands of people wouldn't have seen anything happen. And so that's pretty much why I want to come here and show you guys. This is what they want you to believe it was like on that day, which is a lie. They want you to believe they came to a secluded island, just 4 of them, and then Nolan is left behind, and then his body's
That is not the narrative they pushing, you fucking coon. That is not what they pushing, nigga. Stop trying to paint the picture like they want you to believe it was only them, and they took them out there and they killed them by themselves on an island where nobody was at. That's not what they saying, nigga. All they saying is, where the fuck, if my son went with y'all, why can't we get the answers on where he's at? Why y'all don't know? That's what the fuck the whole shit kicked everything off. Hey, my son left with y'all, and y'all saying y'all don't know what happened to him. That's an instant red flag, bitch, if I'm a parent. Nigga, my son trusted y'all. Y'all just gonna say, I don't know where he's at? That's all, bitch. Nigga, now what came after that is what came after that, but why the fuck y'all don't know where my boy is at? Which is supposed to be y'all brother. Y'all supposed to be best friends. I even saw where it said him and the white boy was best friends. But the mother don't know you. So that's crazy. A best friend when your mama don't know you. But y'all supposed to be best friends. And this is how you treat your best friend. You don't know where he's at. And then you're not telling his mother. You're not helping her look for him. You're not doing nothing like
up on shore. And nobody knows what happened. Nobody could have seen what happened but the boys. It's a flat out lie. Is there anything that you want to say, you want people to know about this whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, from someone, if someone's not from here, it's kind of hard to understand, you know, where the island drops off and how the island works. But, you know, there's plenty of people out here, especially on the 4th of July, you know, this is where people come out to celebrate. And I mean, if you fill the water, you can see right here, Brandon, where it drops off. I mean, you can see literally where it drops off. So, I mean, it goes from about waist deep water right there to neck deep. And then it drops from neck deep all the way to like 17, 20 foot. I mean, we weren't even a quarter mile out the island and when we were leaving, and I mean, it was 30 foot of water. Yeah. So, I mean, if we're walking towards the east right now, but if you walk down to the west, that's where the west tip of the island is, and that's where the current picks up very, very bad.
People talk about the phone situation. I want to, because the way you articulate it, I just walked in the water with my pants. They're wet.
Yeah, let's hear this. Let's hear this phone situation. How did y'all end up with this man's phone? Y'all talked to him enough to know that he's finna leave with a girl, but how y'all didn't give him his phone to make sure he was straight? Let's hear what they got to say.
And you can tell right away that if you're hanging out in the water, it doesn't appear, in my opinion, that you would have your phone on you. Is that typical for people to have their phones, or?
No, I mean, people come out here, especially on the 4th and, you know, Memorial Day, like, you know, days like that, they come out here to celebrate, and people get on the water to be off their phones, first off. Second off, if I'm sitting waist deep in water, and all my friends are, everybody's leaving their phone on a boat, in a lake, you know, if you're sitting on a pond, and no one's getting out of the water with their phone in their hand, unless, you know, it's to take a quick picture. But most of the pictures taken on the 4th of July were on the boat. Yeah. I mean, and, you know, saltwater, if you drop your phone in saltwater, most of the time you're not going to get it back. Yeah. I mean, you know, especially the water's murky right now because there's been a lot of rain. You can't see, the visibility isn't good. The water isn't clear like it was last year around this time. And, you know, like, no one has their phone, though, usually. I mean, unless you're crazy, I'm not walking around with my phone in my hand. They've been walking around Horn Island, you know.
How many people left the phone on the boat? Was it just his phone when y'all left, or
I mean,
other people have phones on the boat?
Absolutely not. Like, there was at least, well, I rode out here on a different boat, like I told you, and I grabbed my phone when I left.
All right, man. How about this, man? How about we talk to the nigga who was on his fucking boat and stop talking to you, man? Because how the fuck you over here saying what happens, but then when we ask you the key detail, when he's asking the key detail what happened with Nolan that day, I don't know. I was on another boat. Man, well, go get the person who was on the fucking boat. Why isn't the person who was on the boat with Nolan that day having this conversation instead? Because you're going to have more. This nigga wasn't even on the boat. He over there with the bitches. My bitch, the homie brought some bitches down from college. He with the bitches. He left Nolan. So who's on the boat with Nolan, man? Because that's who got the answers, brother. You ain't got the answers, man. Shut the fuck up, man.
The Palm Beach to get on the boat with to get on the boat with Wyatt because we were having, you know, boat issues. And when I got on the boat, there was phones everywhere on the console. I mean, everywhere. Like, I mean, there was everybody's phone that was sitting around the boat was on the console. Like, we had phones that we didn't even know whose they were, you know? And people just leave their phone, especially when people are drinking and, you know, they're not in the right state of mind. A lot of people are like, oh, I'll just leave my phone and I'll get it later, you know? And that's the way it is around here. You know, you don't take your phone and walk around the island. You know, there's plenty of phones on the boat and, you know, spread out between the 3 boats that we had. And, I mean, we had 20 plus people on the spread between our 3 boats. So of course, everybody's phone was on the boat. I never saw someone in the water that day sitting with their phone in their hand, scrolling on anything or even taking pictures in the water. Yeah, someone might hop out the boat. You know, a lot of girls like to take pictures, you know, in the water. And so do guys, but, you know, girls want to take pictures in the water. Half a second, you might hop out the boat and be like, oh, I'm snapping this picture of myself or of someone else. But as soon as I get back in the boat, I'm putting my phone up and I'm getting back in the water and I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, that's common sense, man. I mean, and describe to me what the day was like. I saw a video online. How hectic was it out here? I mean, right now it's barren. There's not a lot of people out here. But clearly that's not what it was on the 4th of July.
Man, this nigga trying to sell us bullshit with icing on top, man. Don't try to sell us shit with icing on top, man. Don't talk to us like we don't know what people with phones do around water. Everybody leaves their boat. Nigga, please. It's niggas that will hop in this motherfucker and say my phone is waterproof. Y'all know right now, Apple Watches, iPhones, it's niggas that will hop in water. Hey, my shit waterproof, bro. Nigga, shit, I need my phone. I'm finna crack me a bitch. Or nigga, take these pictures. Niggas, some people live and die by their phone. They addicted to their phone. They're not leaving their phone on a boat. Nigga, shit, I'm gonna put this motherfucker in my pocket. It's waterproof. Nigga, I'm gonna go up over here, nigga. Especially if I'm about to leave, y'all. It ain't no way I'm on this island and all I brought was a pair of shorts and no shirt. And I forget my phone. That's the only thing I brought. I literally didn't bring no clothes. I didn't bring no shirt. Nigga, all I brought was my shorts that I have on and a phone. And I'm finna stay here while y'all leave? What's the first thing somebody gonna say? Hey, bro, give me my phone. I'm on an island, bitch. I ain't finna forget a phone. And that's the only thing I brought with me. That's the only thing that would matter. It's gonna be my keys to my car if I left my car at your house. Hey, I need my keys to your car. I need my phone. It's going to be one or two. Like, bro, what? And the fact that y'all know his phone is on the boat, since you know everybody leaves their phones on the boat. Everybody leaves their phones on the boat. If my homeboy say he going to stay here, hey, bro, get your phone off the boat. Go get your phone off the boat, man. Or I'm finna get your phone off. Like, that's what's not making sense. It's not lining up.
So,
Right.
Like, how dense was it with people here?
Well, I mean, you look at all the videos, that are spread out online, and a lot of them, you can't believe what you see all the time online. You know that better than anybody. But, I mean, there was boats lined up all the way down the island. And there was rows. There was a first row, there's a second row. We were in the third row where it drops off. And then there was even boats in front of us. And this went all the way down towards the east end of the island. And then there was people on the east tip. And we're on the north side now, but there was people on the south side too, lined up all the way down. And if you talk to anybody on the coast about this, they know that. Yeah. I mean, 4th of July, this is the hot spot. This is where people want to be. This is where people want to come out, hang out with their family and friends. And
people say that you guys just left Nolan behind. I've seen reports of people saying that you just left him. I see reports of people saying that you asked him to get on the boat. You told him to get on the boat. He didn't. What's the truth in that?
Well, Wyatt was having boat issues and the bilge wouldn't pump. So the bilge is basically a pump that releases water from your boat when water comes in. So I opened the back hatch and there's water up to the batteries. And that is obviously not good. There's water almost coming over the transom, which is where your motors sit, and which is by the stern, like in the back part of the boat.
So this is where the theory of the boat was drowning or it was sinking came from. But Mr. Tatum, make sure you don't skip past, because now you're skipping to the exit of when they're leaving. Make sure you don't skip past that argument them niggas had. Make sure you ask about that viral argument and who was that arguing and what was they arguing about. Don't leave that part out.
So obviously we were in emergency. The boat, we're trying to save the boat. It's not like we didn't ask Nolan or we just left Nolan. Nolan decided to stay on the island with the girl that he was with. And the girl is a witness to that too.
Yeah. I'm glad you cleared that up, because
man, that's the same fucking answer he been saying. He cleared it up. That's the same answer he been saying from day one. Give us some context, nigga. The world is watching right now, boy. You can't spoon feed us, brother. Give us some context, nigga. Who is the girl? Say her name. What was they doing? Was she drunk? Was they drunk? Man, that's your brother, right? Y'all had a conversation. Did he tell you, hey, I'm finna go try to smack? Like, give us some context, bro. You trying to clear your name. You're not doing a good job clearing your name right now. In case you're wondering, you're not doing a good job. This shit, no. Nigga, you're not answering shit. You're stuttering. You're skipping past shit. This nigga right here, he's trying to guide you. Officer Tatum is trying to guide you in the direction of what to say. Like, damn, nigga, let the nigga answer for himself.
I think it's important for people to have the context of like what it was on that day, what happened, what didn't happen. And the beauty of all of this is that you guys have evidence to prove that, of course, you asked Nolan to come on and different things like that. So, but anyway, man, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Always.
giving me a.
Oh, hell no. He didn't ask about the argument, man. That's how you know this bullshit. How the fuck you didn't ask about one of the most important moments that came out? Who was he arguing with, and was that him arguing, yes or no? Well, if it wasn't him, who was it? What was the argument about? Clear that up for the people, because, nigga, that's vital. They're saying that, nigga, he was yelling, give me my phone. Can you clear that up for the people? Why wouldn't you ask him that?
A rundown of kind of what it was like on that day.
Right.
And hopefully people can understand what the truth is and make their own decision on facts.
Right. I mean, based off, like, you know, people, there's not a lot of people that are from the Mississippi Gulf Coast that don't understand Horn Island and don't understand the way boating works. And, you know, boating is a tight-knit community. I like to fish a lot, and, you know, there's, you know, everybody, a lot of people know a lot of people. Everybody knows everybody. I know a lot of fishermen on the Gulf Coast. They know me and my buddies because we like to go in the water all the time. I mean, that's what we do in the summer. And, I mean, a lot of people from the Gulf Coast know the truth behind, oh, you don't take your phone out the boat. You know, the little facts. It's a difficult subject. This Horn Island's like 11 miles long. You know, not to be exact, but around 11 miles long. It's not like this is a sliver of an island. It's a quarter mile. It's like a sandbar. No, this goes on to, even if we came around this corner right here, Brandon, we couldn't even see the end of the island.
Oh, really?
It is that long.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
I thought that was the end right there.
No. I mean, it goes all the way down there, and I mean, it's a big island. There's a lot of people out here, and I mean, that's the truth. That's the way.
Man, y'all talking about a whole bunch of fucking nothing, man. Trash! Y'all talking about a whole bunch of fucking nothing. Man, this motherfucking coon-ass nigga right here just pissed me the fuck off. How the fuck you go over here to clear their name and get some straightening, but you didn't ask him about one of the most important pieces? One of the most talked about parts of this whole investigation, the argument. How y'all didn't talk about that? Like, what the fuck? Why you didn't talk about why you didn't give the mama the phone? His car was parked at your house. Why you didn't talk about the car keys, him not being able to find the car keys? Like, the important shit that they... Man, that nigga's bullshit, man. That nigga's bullshit. That's bullshit. This nigga's cap. Officer Tatum is cap, y'all.
On like 3 or 4.
He's a cap ass nigga, man. He's a cap ass nigga. All right, let's see what else we got on Nolan Wells here, man. Let's see what else we got on Nolan Wells here. I'm just gonna watch some videos. Y'all fuck with me, man.
Significant. With the following questions still...
I'm just gonna watch some shit. We just doing a little deep diving right now. Nolan Wells autopsy findings released.
Moving on this morning, attorney Ben Crump released preliminary findings from an independent autopsy in the death of Mississippi teenager Nolan Wells during a news conference at the NAACP National Convention. This was up in Chicago. Wells's disappearance was July 4th after traveling by boat with friends to Horn Island, and his body was found July 6th near the island's northwestern tip after a 2-day search. Crump was joined by Wells's parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley. Want to check in and listen to hear what they had to say with these findings.
This pathologist cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to or caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he said based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant. With the following questions still outstanding, number one, what were the circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water? Number two, what was the body position when it was found? We know that a member of the United Cajun Navy said that he was face down and he was fully clothed. Number three, was there water in the airway? Remember, he talked about the lungs and the airways.
We gonna look up the United Cajun Navy nigga. I believe he put out a video clearing that up, that he never said it was fully closed, and that he took pictures. He saw the body from his plane or helicopter, whatever, and took pictures, and he was willing to turn the pictures over to the family, which I don't know why you haven't given to the family already. Why do you got to wait till now to say, hey, if y'all want these pictures, y'all can have them? Motherfucker, you should have been giving me the goddamn pictures.
Where they filled with water. Number 4, is there any evidence of injuries to the anterior neck structure? We got the autopsy without his neck. We got the body without his neck at the time of the second autopsy. Number 5, is there any evidence of any intracranial hemorrhaging? He said that is going to be very significant. Things that he could not observe at autopsy that the initial medical examiner would have been able to observe.
That's crazy.
Number 6 was the composition of the stomach contents. He talks about that being important because when was he found? How long had he been in the water? How long had it been since his last meal? All those things become relevant factors when you're trying to do a thorough and impartial autopsy.
So your independent nigga wasn't able to figure out none of the key important elements. The key important things. So this was basically a dud, nigga, for y'all. We can't figure out shit. Damn. What the fuck, man? Like, why are y'all being like, why y'all getting so much pushback? What, like, giving the family so much pushback on figuring out what happened with their son? That's what makes this shit so like why y'all giving the family so much pushback? Nigga, just answer what's up. Why are we playing games with my son's body and the autopsy and y'all holding back information? And then when our independent guy gets it, he's telling us all kind of shit that he can't do because y'all done sabotaged the body. And then y'all won't give us the answers to what we need. I deserve that. That's my son. What are you doing? Why are you playing with me for?
Okay, so a lot of information coming in at you right there. I want to go over just a few of the points in case you didn't pick it all up. First of all, Dr. Roger Mitchell conducted the independent autopsy just on July 19th, and that's after the body was released following an initial autopsy. So what he said was, according to the preliminary report, the cause and manner of the death still undetermined pending the ongoing investigation. The report also states the date of the death is unknown right now. Apparently, there was discoloration in the soft tissue on the back of Wells's head. He said he could not determine its cause, described that finding as a significant concern, though, and said it was important enough to be highlighted in the preliminary report for further investigation. So again, a lot to come on that story, and we will keep you up to date right here on Fox Local.
All right, hold on. Let's look for this Cajun Navy motherfucker. Cajun Navy. Let's see. Cajun Navy. Here we go, man. Let's see what he had to say, man.
Welcome to TMZ Now. I'm Charlie Neff. Questions continue to surround the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, who disappeared on July 4th before his body was found washed ashore the following day. As his family searches for answers and urges anyone with information to come forward, attention has also turned to the search effort itself. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, held a press conference today revealing their findings from the independent autopsy, but then also criticized the United Cajun Navy's communication after Nolan's body was found, saying the family was not informed of key details about the discovery. Joining us now to respond is Brian Trasher, Vice President and Public Information Officer for the United Cajun Navy. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, we finna see what the fuck you got to say, man. Brian is on here to clear his name. He tried to debunk Ben Crump saying that they're not helping the family, they're not working with the family. Let's see what he's talking about.
And during the press conference today, Ben Crump, who's representing the family of Nolan Wells, said that the United Cajun Navy did not inform the family about the findings when discovering Nolan Wells' body. Why didn't your team communicate to the family about what you saw that day?
Yeah, I just didn't think that it would be helpful to.
Stop it right there. Stop it right there. I didn't think it would be helpful. We're talking about a potential murder case. We're talking about a missing person. A potential murder case. And you find a body washed up ashore, and you say, I didn't think it would be helpful? Nigga. What? I didn't think it would be helpful. I found the body, but I didn't think it would be helpful. Me telling them niggas, I gave them pictures.
His mom, as she was just finding out that her son was dead, that I saw the body. Human curiosity is gonna probably ask me to describe what I saw, and I just think that would have made it worse. Certainly wasn't trying to hide anything from her. And as a matter of fact, I was 400 feet in the air, and there was plenty of law enforcement on the scene, right there with his body. So anybody could have, described what they saw and what they saw up close. Now, later on, I found out that they were not given access to the body and all that kind of stuff. And maybe it could have been helpful if I just told them the little bit that I knew, but I didn't know that at the time.
Ben pointed out that the United Cajun Navy said that he was found fully clothed, and that is critical information that should have been relayed to the family. But you told us that he was in only swim trunks and was not fully clothed. Do you stand by the fact that he was only in swim trunks?
Yeah, he was definitely only in swim trunks. I saw it, and yeah, nobody ever told Mr. Crump, any of his attorneys, or the family otherwise. Nobody ever did tell him anything like that. I think he either heard it on an interview or somebody told him they heard it on an interview, and he just assumed that we told the family that. Or I'm speculating, but the bottom line is Nolan was wearing swim trunks when he was recovered, and we never told the family that he was anything. That we never told him anything with regards to his condition when he was found, but we certainly never told them that he was fully clothed, which would have been significant if that was true, but that's not true.
So the interview was taken out of context where that was said, correct?
Very much so.
So you and one other team member were in a plane hovering over Horn Island when Nolan's body was discovered. When you observed his body being found, did you take any images or document that moment?
So I started taking images of the scene on the ground. There were several law enforcement boats and personnel. And later on, when I looked at the pictures and zoomed in, I noticed that you could actually see the body laying on the shoreline in those pictures. I was not trying to take a picture of the body at the time, but it ended up being captured in the wide angle.
And what exactly do you see in the photos?
I see a body that matches the description of Nolan Wells, laying face down at the shoreline, right at the water's edge. And he was wearing swim trunks and, was not moving, obviously. It just looked like he was sleeping on the beach.
Now knowing that the family is looking for any information about his body being discovered that day and washing up on shore, do you plan to hand over these photos and these images to the family or to their team?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously images.
What? No. That should have been a straight yes, nigga.
That I hope that his family never has to see. However, anything, and I want to repeat this, anything that Christine and Elmore want from the United Cajun Navy, we will not tell them no. We will give them whatever they want, anytime they want. All they have to do is ask.
All right, hold on. I fuck with that, right? I fuck with that. I don't fuck with the last part. All they got to do is ask. I don't fuck with that part. I fuck with that you willing to turn anything they want, anything they need, anything y'all discovered. We with that. But why do they gotta ask? Nigga, why they gotta ask? Brother, that's your job, right, to help. Hey, look, reach out to his team, reach out to his mom, his dad. You know their names, Omar or whatever. Hey, I have these photos. I don't know. I felt kind of weird, like, I know y'all going through something. I didn't want to give them up, but I do have these photos. If you guys want them, I can send them over. Just give me an email, or you guys could come up, pick them up. Like, why do I gotta ask, nigga? Why do I gotta ask? Is this shit helpful? So what the fuck are we talking about? Send it to me. I'm over here saying he's fully clothed. You got the pictures showing he wasn't. Obviously, the coroner's not showing the family the motherfucking pictures. They don't even know if the son had bugs on him, they don't know nothing. So if you have some pictures and you cool with, like, nigga, yes, please. Send them over, brother. Send them over, my boy.
So once they ask you, you will then hand over anything that you do have and any information that you have from that day.
That's correct.
For people criticizing your team for divulging your observations and interviews rather than directly talking to the family, to that you say what?
I mean, again, you have to understand that it's 2 weeks ago when he was found. At that time, we weren't talking to anybody about what we saw. Enough times passed. The family now has possession of the body. They already had a funeral being planned, all that. And so when I started getting asked questions about what I saw when I was flying that mission, I just answered the question. You know, it didn't come from a place of trying to hide anything from anybody, but also too, enough time had passed where I thought it would have been really inappropriate to mention it, you know, in those early days. But when I finally did talk about it, you know, I felt like enough time had passed, and so I just was answering questions as honestly and thoroughly as I could.
Since the press conference today, have you spoken to Ben Crump or the family at all, or have they reached out to you?
I haven't personally. Nobody's reached out to me. I did instruct my incident commander, Josh Gill, who's been in touch with Christine almost every day since day one, since we first got involved, to reach out to her and let her know that we saw the press conference. We saw that there might have been a request for us to provide information or talk to their attorneys, whatever, and just to let her know that whatever they need, we will provide.
What's up with the communication with everybody involved? Like it's like nobody wants to talk to each other. Like nobody wants to talk to the family. Nobody wants to tell. Like what's up with everybody's communication? Is this a Mississippi thing? You know what I mean? Is this a Mississippi thing? Like, is this fill us in, man. If you live out of Mississippi, obviously outside looking in, we look at Mississippi as a racist motherfucking racist place. Now, you might be from out there in Mississippi from those parts or around those parts, and you could say, hey, parts of Mississippi is racist, but this part where where Nolan Wells should happen at, it ain't racist there. Or fill us in, because is this racist as a motherfucker? Because that's what it's coming off as. Like, y'all don't want to talk to the family? An important matter like this, y'all sitting on information, pictures, y'all ain't telling the family shit. Y'all not giving the family shit. Like, what's really going on, bro? What's really fucking going on out there in Mississippi, bro? Y'all niggas know what y'all doing right now to the world, man. Y'all niggas is gassing motherfuckers up for something. It's gonna get crazy. I don't know. Do y'all feel like everybody is cashing in on the clout, though? I feel like a little bit of all parties are cashing in on the clout. Not the parents, not saying that. But I'm saying like the Ben Crumps and then the Cajun Navy nigga. He doing all these interviews, but he ain't talking to the family. And then you got the son, the brothers. He calling himself Nolan Wells' brother, my best friend. He doing all this shit, but he ain't talking to the family. Like, but y'all doing these 2-part exposés, these goddamn documentaries and all this shit, but you ain't talking to the mama? You ain't telling the daddy this information? You ain't telling the mama this information? And then y'all think is, oh, she don't want to hear it. Maybe because look how y'all let it off, bro. Y'all let it off on some sneaky shit. She probably like, nigga, I can't trust you niggas. Y'all niggas being some sneaky ass hoes right now.
So during the presser today, Ben Crump had mentioned that there was possibly some trauma on the back of Nolan Wells' head, and you had mentioned that the body was face down in the sand, washed up on shore when, you observed that. Were you surprised to hear about those findings?
Not really, because they weren't very specific in the press conference. I don't know if the report itself was more specific with regards to, subcutaneous soft tissue, like redness around the occipital portion of the back of his head. That could be caused by many things. Now, it's important to disclaim that I am not a medical professional. I did not even get good grades in science, but I have seen a lot of dead bodies in my life, and all I can tell you with regards to what they talked about at the press conference is inconclusive to me because not enough information was given. If that turns out to be some kind of blunt force trauma, that would indicate to me that one of the theories is that he might have been out far in the water, got hit by a boat, and got knocked out and drowned, which is a possibility. The reason why I never thought it was...
Wait. Hold on, nigga. he was out in the water, got hit by a boat. Where did that come from? Where did that theory come from? I ain't heard that one. The only theory that we keep getting is he got left with a girl, and the story ends there. Boom. He said he wasn't coming. He was staying with a girl. Boom. That's where the story ends. Don't seem that nobody know nothing what happened after that. Now you're saying, oh, the trauma from the back of his head, if that is trauma, it could have came from him being in the water, getting hit by a boat out in the water. Where the fuck that come from? Him being in the water. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Probable, because something like that happened and then nobody knowing about it, nobody noticing, nobody in the boat, nobody else in the water noticing it. I think that those chances are pretty low. But with regards to the findings, they were, I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but they were extremely vague.
Any other takeaway from the press conference? I know that you and your team watched it.
You know, look, I know what Mr. Crump and Mr. Sharpton do for a living and how they earn their living. And, you know, how any man chooses to make his living is his business. What I don't like or don't want to see is Nolan's parents get criticized just because of the company they're keeping. Christine has said on many occasions that she wants answers and she needs help. And no matter what you think of Mr. Crump and his team, they are offering Nolan's parents more resources than they'd ever be able to get on their own. And so the fact that she's accepting that help, I have no criticism of whatsoever. But I just want everybody to know that these are two hardworking, first-class people, talking about Christine and Elmore, who are going through an unimaginable tragedy. So maybe, you know, hold off on your criticism of them just because of who they have decided to let represent them.
All right, you know what, buddy? I'm going to say I'll fuck with you, bro. I'm going to say I'll fuck with you. Yeah, you was teetering the line. You was teetering the line, but you won me over, bro. I fuck with you because you keep showing love to the parents and saying help them out and you down to help them out. But I just didn't fuck with that they got to ask you. I didn't fuck with that part. But everything else, I mean, but the boat theory, that too threw me off. But how y'all feel about him? I feel like he's cool. I feel like he's cool. I feel like the other nigga, the officer nigga, fuck him. Fuck that guy. The officer nigga, terrible guy. Man, damn, man. Justice for Nolan, man. We got to get to the bottom of this. They got to get to the bottom of this right here, man. This is out of control at this point. This shit is spiraling, bruh. It is spiraling.
We are watching.
Hold on, let me see. Let me go back. Let me see if there's anything else I feel like that we haven't seen that we need to get caught up on. New video may show Nolan Wells on party boat shortly before death. Again, we saw this earlier, but let's watch this angle right here, whatever, are from CBS News, and let's see.
Now a new video of what appears to be Nolan Wells and maybe the last image before his death after that 4th of July boat trip with friends in Mississippi. Here's CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry with details.
This video obtained by TMZ shows the back of a black man on a boat during a large party on July 4th. The man is wearing blue swim trunks, similar to this photo of
those definitely the same swim trunks. Those are the same blue.
Nolan Wells that was also taken that day 10 miles off of Mississippi's coast. Those in the group Wells was with told authorities they last saw him around 3 p.m., 30 minutes after the video was taken. They say he chose to stay behind for a girl. His mother reported him missing later that night, and his body was discovered 2 days later.
There were so many people. I mean, boats, they were like on top of each other almost. Like, I mean, it was intense.
Wells's college classmate, Lucas Aviz, was with family and friends on a different boat that day.
He may have been taken by the current. There's a certain part of the island where the current is pretty strong.
While authorities
Man, why the fuck we talking to him for? That nigga wasn't even with them niggas. Shut your ass up, boy. You a clout chaser, nigga. What the fuck we down here? He was probably taken by the current. We ain't got no time for no problems from a nigga who wasn't even with them niggas. Shut the fuck up, man.
There's been no indication of foul play. Wells's family has publicly questioned the transparency of the investigation and hired a legal team led by attorney Ben Crump.
When people start to feel pressured, if they say anything, it's going to be attacked. No. Tell us. We want to evaluate every aspect.
On Monday, at a packed funeral for Wells, his heartbroken parents spoke.
We will miss everything about him, from his quiet nature
to the corny jokes, his gentle smile.
They better figure this shit out, because I'm starting to see social media. They trying to paint this as like the new Emmett Till. The new Emmett Till. They better figure this out. Y'all better put this fire out for this shit turn to a wildfire, because it's burning right now. But y'all better come clean and clear this up right now. The autopsy niggas who took out the throat and all the parts and got all the information y'all better come with that information. What are y'all holding it for? Stop playing. Give it to them. Give it to the mama and daddy. What are you holding back the information? Bitch, this could make or break the case, and you want to sit here and hold it. And if you holding it to the people, that's going to seem like y'all hiding something. So why are you hiding the nigga? Let that shit out, fool. Tell the parents. Unless you're trying to cover something. But what is your investment in covering something? That's my thing. If they're covering up something on behalf of who? Why would they be invested in covering up something? Unless it's like a family member or somebody they love or somebody, like, what would be their reason to cover it up? Or to hide? You know what I mean? And that's what goes back to what I was saying earlier. What do we know about this town, this city they from? And are these people all in relation? Because we did hear like one of the mothers a judge, a father's a cop. You know what I'm saying? Who is this person at the autopsy office? Because there was a story with the guy in Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta. It was the outskirts of Atlanta. Y'all remember we did a reaction with the young boy that was found rolled up in the carpet in the high school gym in a wrestling mat. And then come to find out, like, the detective who was over it was cousins with the person at the autopsy place. They was cousins with, it was all one family, and they was trying to hide. We did a reaction to that shit. It was like, is this what we got going on here? Where they're trying to cover up something for somebody? For one of their nephews? You know what I mean? It could be. This is the South, man. This is the South. And that's the deep South, the Mississippi. That motherfuckers probably still got some sundown towns. Hey, do Mississippi, they still got sundown towns in Mississippi, huh? I think when that nigga was walking from Philadelphia, California, I think he walked through some sundown towns. Y'all remember that? Recently, they got some sundown towns. Yeah, they do. The South get tricky, huh? Yeah, the South get tricky, man. Nah, what y'all think? Let me put up a poll, man. Let me put up a poll, man. I want to see what y'all think. See. All right, the poll is live, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Are they trying to hide something in this motherfucker? Hold on, this is what I'm gonna do also. I'm gonna cut on my what's name for y'all sending super chats. Shout out to y'all. Since I'm doing it this way, I'm just gonna let y'all, while I'm watching videos, they could pop up. All right, cool. There we go. Let me move this over here, though. All right. Cool. Boom. Big Nutties, he said, how many months of membership till I get a taser, P? How many months till you get a taser? I don't know, man. We got to figure out where the taser's at. Somebody donate some tasers we can give away in this motherfucker, man. We got to get it with a taser company. That'll be hard. All right, let's see, man. Is there anything else on the Nolan Wells part that I want to see? I think that's about it. We saw the new video. We saw the new video that came out with him on a boat. We heard his quote-unquote brother, let the white boy tell it, his brother. We heard his story, what he had to say. The autopsy results from the independent autopsy. We recapped that. So, yeah, I think we're all caught up as far as what's recent and what's new on that end. So let's take it over to the Davis side. Let's take it over to the Davis side. Let's take it to the Davis side, man. The Davis side, the Davis side. Let's see what's the latest with David, man. This sick motherfucker. Let's see what's the latest with David's sick ass. This is a sick motherfucker, man. Let's see. Let's get caught up.
When they were.
Let's see. All right, y'all. Let's get it. Let's see what's going on.
Day 2 of the preliminary hearing of accused child killer David. Air fresheners in the car, finances, a possible security guard. Not only are we going to get into the substance of the morning session of this hearing, but our reporter got very close to David in court, and what she observed was interesting. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, so we got day 2 of this preliminary hearing in the David case. Remember, he's facing first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, unlawful mutilation of human remains charges, all in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose decomposed, dismembered body was allegedly found in the front trunk of a Tesla, allegedly registered to him. This was back in September of 2025. This is a hearing where the court will determine if there's enough evidence for this to go forward to trial. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into what happened right now in the morning session. Let me bring in our eyes, our ears, someone who's been in that courtroom for the past 2 days, including this morning session. So happy to have her. NBC LA reporter Julie Dang, who I must tell you, terrific notes.
The llama. She looks like a llama, y'all.
I'm looking at the live notes that you've been sending us. So detailed, so thorough. Again, excellent work. Before we even get into the substance of what has happened in this morning session, you have to tell us what you've been seeing in that courtroom, specifically David.
Break it down.
Because I understand you got really, really close to him today, right? What did you see?
I did, Jesse. But first, I just want to tell you again, it is such a treat to be on this show with you because I love watching it.
You sucking dick. Golly, just tell us what you saw.
Yes, I was sitting right behind David this morning. I somehow got a seat in front of where they were seating other reporters. I think it's because I actually walked in a little bit later than everybody else did. So because of that, they had me seated on the end of one of the attorneys' rows in that courtroom, and I was right behind David. He didn't look too great. You know, his hair is grown out. He is unshaven. He's wearing that LA County jail uniform, that orange jumpsuit, and he still has his feet and his waist shackled. He's not wearing handcuffs, though, so he was kind of splayed out in his chair, arms on his arm rests. I could see his yellow legal notepad that he had laid out in front of him, so I was trying to take a peek, trying to see if he was taking any notes.
What the fuck would he be taking notes on? What the, man, put that notepad up, bitch. What is you taking notes on, nigga? Like, nigga, you guilty as a motherfucker. What are you taking notes on?
I didn't have anything written down, but there definitely were moments this morning during cross-examination of witnesses where he did lean in and talk to his attorneys. The first time I noticed that, it was during cross-examination related to financial management. They were essentially talking about how much money he made through his record deal and how that money was divvied up. Because so many people were involved in this operation. So many people were making money off of him, to put it bluntly. And that's a key part of this case, because murder for financial gain is one of the special circumstances here that makes this eligible for the death penalty. But the district attorney, Nathan Hochman, did say yesterday they haven't actually decided yet if that's something they're going to pursue.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because the idea is, and I'm going to get to the witnesses who testified today, if they can show how lucrative his career was at $11.5 million, that if Celeste came out and exposed him for this alleged illegal sexual relationship, she was going to take it all away. So the more they can amplify that, I get where they're going. I get what they're trying to do. Before, we get into the substance, I also understand that Celeste's family was back in that courtroom. We talked about yesterday how incredibly difficult it was for them to have to sit through the photos of Celeste's body dismembered, found in that Tesla. What was it like to see them in court today?
Goddamn right the family gonna be in there. Nigga, this the nigga that killed my daughter, nigga. I'm in this motherfucker.
It's really tough. You know, Jesse, I told you yesterday, I cannot begin to imagine what they are going through. Yesterday, I was sitting directly behind them, 3 rows behind. Today, I'm sitting at an angle in the row right behind where they're seated. So I can see both of their facial expressions, the mother and father of Celeste. And I actually just ran into her mother, Mercedes, again, upstairs in the restroom. It's really tough. Where we just wrapped before this lunch break, we were hearing testimony from an LAPD criminologist. This was one of the officers called to investigate after the Tesla was towed to one of their tech centers. So we were looking at photos the prosecutor was showing the court of 11 different air fresheners that were found in that Tesla.
Man, hell nah. This nigga put 11 air fresheners. So you just adding air fresheners in the car because you know it smell like the body. This what makes him a sicko, cuz. The fact that you purposely got the body in the front of the car. That just that just confirms that you knew what the fuck you was doing. You're adding 11 air fresheners? See, that lets me know something ain't right about this nigga, man. Like, really think about this, y'all. Something's not right with this nigga in his head. Who the hell just keeps a body in the front of their car that's registered to them of a girl that's missing, that was last seen or last known to be with you? And you just keep and then you're finna go on tour, and then you leave to go on tour with the body in the trunk. And then you just put in air fresheners. All right, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back in 3 months. I'm going to just put these air fresheners in here. It should be all good. Like, why are you keeping a body for one? Why did, the fact that you killed the little girl, you was a sicko. But why are you keeping the body? What is going through your mind to say, I'm going to keep this body in the front of my car? And then I get in my car and you can smell the decomposition and it just stinks and it just smells like a dead body. And I'm going to go buy air fresheners to put in here and keep the body in the car. This is a sick young nigga, man.
I mean, Celeste's remains had been in there decomposing, likely for months. So to cover up that smell, somebody put nearly a dozen air fresheners, not just inside the car, but actually in the front trunk.
Oh, my God.
And that's where the cadaver bags with her remains were found. So it's not just that this crime was committed, it's that somebody went to truly horrifying lengths, Jesse, to try and cover up their tracks.
Nigga put air fresheners inside
I could
the trunk.
see her parents kind of shrinking into themselves and moving a little bit closer together when those photos came up. There's so many elements of this that are horrifying in ways I don't think we can fully imagine for them. So I'm curious to see what their attorney, what their wrongful death attorney, who's not actually involved in this criminal case, what he has to say to us later today. We chatted briefly upstairs. It sounds like he is going to take more questions from us later today.
Let me ask you now about the testimony. So they continue the testimony of Benjamin Greger. I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly. This Mogul Vision finance director, this business associate of David, talking about David's finances. Talk to me about what the start of today's testimony was like. And by the way, I was reading, is he an interesting witness? Is he a bit combative in a way? Is his testimony not consistent with what he told the grand jury? So what exactly is the tone of his testimony, and what did he say today?
Jesse, that's a really gentle way of putting it, inconsistent. Yeah, I noted that yesterday. I sent you guys a couple notes about that as it was happening. Yes, he does come across as a little bit combative when he's talking to prosecutors, when he's talking to the deputy DA here, Beth Silverman. When she was cross-examining him, there were several instances where he gave her answers that not just misaligned, but were in direct opposition to what he apparently said during grand jury hearings.
Damn, switched it up.
And she was actually referencing transcripts from those secret grand jury hearings to verify that, to be like, wait a minute, did you mean this house or the other house was going to be put up as collateral so David could make bail? And then she asked him very pointedly several times, is your testimony accurate today or was it accurate then? So I think any instance where a witness is apparently changing their story on the stand, it makes you wonder, who have they been talking to? You know?
Who is persuading you, nigga? And how much money are they giving you, brother? If y'all saying this nigga is sitting on $11 million, he's definitely in that motherfucker like, hey, nigga, spend that money. Whoever we can offer some money to get up here and switch that shit up. 11 million? I don't know, man. But this is a sick dude, bro. You put air fresheners, the body is in there for months, is maggots, flies, because they said her eyes, you know, I don't want to be graphic right here, but this is what they said. Her eye was missing because it was ate by like maggots. One of the eyes was ate by the maggots. So the body has been in there for a long time, and then you just putting air fresheners inside of the trunk of the... You are really a sick dude. And I know people going to say, oh, he didn't know what to do, or he didn't. No, I think he's really sick. I think he was holding on to her body like... Y'all done seen them movies where people like, they just leave the head in the refrigerator and they talk to it and they still think the head it still talks to him and it's alive. Like, I think he still think the girl was like, in his mind, he didn't want to let her go. He loved her so much. But then it raises a question on him sending that Uber to go pick her up or whatever it was. What's the other one? Not Uber, but the other one. To go pick her up at 10:30 at night or 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock, whatever time it was at nighttime. I wonder, was it a thing? We know the part where they said she threatened to come out that weekend. This was the rollout of his album week. So he after he killed her, he went in there press the next morning. He went in there radio. This is the album week. This is rollout week. It's a big week for him. And she threatened to come out because he was dealing with other girls. This is what they said. Because she found out he was dealing with other girls, she threatened to expose that they were having relations with, as her being a minor and him being older, on his release week. I wonder, was it a little extortion there too as well, like some money? I wonder if she hit him with that too. Like, nigga, I need $1 million, nigga. Like, this nigga really, like, to go to this extent is crazy, bro. Like, you're a popping artist. Why are you dealing with a minor and you're openly dealing with a minor on Discord, and your whole Discord, nigga, burn the whole Discord. Everybody who's on Discord that's on that motherfucker, they know he's a pedo, and they sitting there, they know the girl is there, and he's with the girl, and they're going live from his house. And y'all just sitting there saluting them and talking to him. Oh, you guys, oh, couple goals. This nigga, that's crazy, man. Some sick motherfuckers.
It was some kind of deal, perhaps discussed or even struck. Why did their story change? And then obviously, what's in it for them? Because when he was being cross-examined by defense attorneys, I didn't note the same kind of misalignment. You know, there were more instances of Benjamin Gregor, who was one of the financial managers for David when he first came to LA as a musical artist. There were more instances of Gregor telling defense attorneys, yes, that's correct, that's the case, correct, I agree. I did not hear that
Right.
when he was answering questions from the prosecutor.
So just to be clear, was his testimony supporting the idea that he had no idea about Celeste, that David was the one who was buying travel tickets for Celeste? Because a big theme of this is who would have known about this alleged secret sexual relationship? Was he trying to suggest that David was the one who was buying things and the travel all on his own and he had no part in it?
This was my takeaway from Benjamin Gregor's testimony, which is where we ended the hearing yesterday and where we started back up this morning. Celeste actually did not come up at all. The entire thing was just about financial management. And the narrative that I felt like defense attorneys were trying to push here was the idea that David didn't manage his own finances. He was living independently in LA for the very first time away from his family. They were still in Texas. His parents had 2 younger kids. David has a younger brother and a younger sister. They were all out of state in Texas, and he was in LA alone. So it sounded to me like they were trying to paint a picture of a young budding artist who was busy with his recording career, in meetings every day, in recording sessions, meeting with producers, and not really, involved in the day-to-day financial management. So it became clear in their line of questioning from defense attorneys that Benjamin Gregor was primarily dealing with Colleen Burke. That's David's mother. She was the one who, according to Gregor, would pay half the rent on his house. She would pay bills. She set up companies in David's name for publishing, for merchandising. So I don't know. It sounds like the defense is trying.
And the mama, listen, the mama and daddy, y'all not off the hook either. Y'all motherfuckers, they said that he brought Celeste to the house out there in Texas. And yeah, y'all welcomed her there, nigga, knowing she's a minor. So y'all not off the hook, man. So yeah, we kept note of that.
To separate David somewhat from his finances. Yeah. So we'll see where that goes. But Celeste did not come up at all when they were talking to
That's
Gregor.
Interesting. Maybe they're trying to say, yeah, he really didn't have a good sense of how much he had to lose, about how lucrative his career was. But at the same time, I mean, how could he not know? Oh, I had to ask you, I saw this. Did Gregor mention this Sheldon character, this live-in security guard? Was that relevant to you?
Huh?
Yeah, that came up this morning. I think all of this is trying to paint a picture of how removed David may have been from what was happening around him. But that's not the sense I got just looking at David sitting so close to him today. There was another witness who was called to the stand after Benjamin Gregor this morning from Interscope. And it was a similar line of questioning about accounts payable, how much money was made, money in, money out. And the way David was staring intently at the financial documents that were presented as exhibits, the way he was huddling with his own attorneys, and the way he seemed engaged during this cross-examination that, I'll be honest, was tedious. It was a little bit dry. I did not see many reporters around me, feverishly taking notes. But David's level of engagement during all of this makes me wonder if he actually had more of a hand in managing, or at the very least, understanding his own finances, how much he was worth, how much he was making, and how much more he could stand to make as an artist.
Talking about where I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, people probably started writing down feverishly. Someone from the California Highway Patrol testified, right? Can you tell us who that person was and what they testified to?
So this was interesting for me personally, Jesse. It was a CHP officer, California Highway Patrol. He's assigned to the Santa Barbara area. As soon as he walked in and they said that, I thought, oh, here we go. This is going to be the piece of testimony during prelim related to Lake Cajun up in Santa Barbara County. So I love that area. I love Santa Barbara. I actually took a road trip up there a couple of weeks ago, back in June, because I wanted to check out State Road 154 myself.
Shout out Santa Barbara, man. I fuck with Santa Barbara.
We all read in court documents that a Caltrans worker back in January apparently found Celeste's ID up there. And prosecutors have been alleging that David took a trip up there the day after Celeste was allegedly stabbed and left to bleed to death. He allegedly drove up there in his own car to dispose of evidence. So this morning, the CHP officer testified that he was called to the scene after that Caltrans worker.
Was it just an ID found there, or did they find her phone there too? Because remember, he did the fake text after he killed her, trying to act like, hey, where you at? Where you at? Like she didn't arrive, even though the phone pinged that she made it there. He tried to do the fake text. So was it he took the ID and the phone out there to make it seem like, oh, she ended up in Santa Barbara. She didn't come to my house. She ended up in Santa Barbara. You know what I mean? Stupid ass man. Young nigga, man. Dumb ass. Idiot.
Found the passport card. We actually saw a photo of that passport card. We saw a photo of exactly where, just off the roadway, it was reportedly found. And then we heard some back and forth where defense attorneys cross-examined him and asked, was there any traffic control? Do you know if it was found face up or face down? Was it buried under anything? Did it just rain a day or two ago? So there are questions about how exactly it ended up there. But it was very interesting to hear from a witness who was actually called to that scene after I drove up there myself, because I was curious about where, off the roadway, how close to the lake this could have happened.
And the defense is questioning exactly how that passport card would have gotten there, that there were maybe other means other than David allegedly tossing it?
Absolutely. It sounds like they're setting up an argument where they could say that it was washed over there, by rainwater. It did just rain, I think, a day or two before it was found by that Caltrans worker beginning of January of this year. So this is months after the body was found last September.
Beginning of January, they just found that motherfucker, and the body was discovered September, and they said she was probably dead, nigga, since April, May. Damn, that's crazy. That's months after.
And this is more than half a year after she died last April. So there are a lot of questions about how it ended up there. I imagine the prosecution later on, they're going to share evidence about the drive up there, because they are alleging that David took that trip in his own car. I don't believe the remains of Celeste were in that front trunk just yet. Again, this was April 24th. So that would have been the day after the alleged stabbing. And then later that day, this was wild, Jesse. We haven't talked about this yet in court during the preliminary hearing, but I know you've read this in the initial documents. That same day of the Santa Barbara road trip, April 24th, David went back home and then taped an interview promoting his album that came out the next day.
Yeah, and I wonder if the prosecution will say...
That's a crazy nigga, man. That got to be some shit. To know that you just killed somebody literally the night before. You just killed somebody at 10:30, 10 o'clock. A brutal death, though. Like, stabbed him. They saying... This was premeditated. The nigga had a kiddie pool, a blue kiddie pool, and he stabbed her, boom, boom, put her in a kiddie pool so her blood would just leak out, and she just bled to death is what they're saying. It just sounds graphic, so that's just what they're saying, though, that she bled to death in the kiddie pool. And then yo ass says, hey, I got to wake up in the morning while this body is in the garage and go do this interview. That is a sick, twisted motherfucker. The fact that you can just know it's a dead body in your garage and you just getting dressed, taking a shower, putting your clothes on, and you getting ready to go to radio. Like that. What? You know how twisted you got to be? And then on top of that, to order chainsaws and burn cages and keep a body in your front of your car. And this is a fucked up, mentally twisted motherfucker, man. Really think about all this shit this sick nigga is doing. Niggas shouldn't feel no sympathy for this nigga, bro. You're a sicko, bro.
My gosh, look at what he's doing, right? You know, pretty sick. The defense could say, if he really brutally killed someone, he's going to do an interview right after. I mean, is that what we're expected to believe? I wonder if that's where they're going to go. By the way, let me ask you this. Big picture here. You and I both know the standard for this to continue is very low. The prosecution has the advantage. All they have to show is probable cause to support these charges, not beyond a reasonable doubt that he committed these crimes or allegedly committed these crimes. Probable cause. It seems very likely the judge is going to look at the evidence when it's presented and say, this can go to trial. However, you are seeing the building blocks of the defense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does it seem to you the defense has been saying over the course of 2 days, A, this is a sloppy investigation, things were not tested the way they should be tested. You can't definitively say these items were used to kill or dismember Celeste. And also this one, the whole purchase history, all the things that he allegedly purchased after he allegedly killed her, the laundry bags, the cadaver bag, the chainsaws, that he didn't buy them before. So they're trying to set up the argument maybe.
It was for a music video. No. He bought it after. This nigga is a stupid, twisted, dumb motherfucker. Who the fuck orders 2 chainsaws? And then you hide it and put it in somebody else's name, but you send it to your address. 2 chainsaws. And then this, then a burn cage, then this. You ordered a body bag, nigga. This nigga ordered a body bag from Amazon, bro. A body bag?
This was not planned? That, hey, we don't really know the circumstances of what happened in that house. Maybe he acted in self-defense. Maybe it was a heat of the passion kind of killing. Am I totally off base? Or are you starting to see some of those things from the defense if this should go to trial?
I think you're spot on, Jesse. I think they're setting up a couple different arguments based on where this might go and what might come up next. I agree with you. I mean, the legal standard for this to have enough probable cause to go to trial is very low. You know, this does not need to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt here. It's like a mini bench trial, and everybody covering this, I think, is expecting this to have enough probable cause to proceed to trial. It does give defense attorneys an opportunity to get a feel for witnesses that prosecutors are going to call. This is like a summary of the evidence and witness testimony. So that's going to help inform whatever kind of arguments they eventually want to present. I think they're testing out a couple different things right now, but you're right. That was a point that came up yesterday. The fact that all of these incriminating items that were purchased under a fake name but then sent to David's house.
To his actual address. Like, you know what I mean? That's what makes it skeptical, brother. Even though we know you did this shit, I don't give a fuck with nobody talking about he ain't guilty. He guilty. This nigga's guilty. Fuck what y'all talking about. He's guilty. This is a fucking twisted, sick little nigga. The fact that you order something in somebody else's name, but you order those things. Like, nigga. Why not just... I'm not saying that I condone any of this shit, but I'm saying, like, bitch, you should have sent that to a different address in somebody else's name or something. Nigga, like, why are you sending it to your own address? All of a sudden, you're using somebody else's name to send shit to your house that you're saying is for you? For your music video? Like, nigga, come on, bro. All of a sudden, you ordering chainsaws and cadaver bags, body bags, nigga, burn cages, dumpster bags. That's a lot, brother, for a music video. What do you plan on? What video you shoot?
None of those purchases happened before April 23rd. Now, defense attorneys are not spelling out for us what they're trying to say by making that point, but they've definitely made that point. So we'll see where they go with that, and everything else they've called out pretty methodically about the investigation, right, and the chain of custody with several pieces of critical evidence. You know, was that left alone? Did you have a log of everybody who was at the crime scene? Did you guys do traffic control for the entire time before CHP was called in after the Caltrans worker found that passport card? Did he note whether it was face up or face down? Did you fingerprint it? There's a lot of that, and I think defense attorneys are going to keep up that line of questioning, that type of cross-examination until we're done with this preliminary hearing, which could take up to 5 days.
Well, listen, Julia, I can't thank you enough for coming on. This is incredible reporting. We don't have cameras. We do not have audio equipment in there. It's not permitted. You have been really illustrating a picture for us about what has been happening there. And I know that our audience appreciates it. I know that I appreciate it. And I know you also have to jump back in. So, Julia Dang, thank you so much for coming on. And let's have this conversation tomorrow.
All right. Shout out, Julia. All right. Sicko. That young nigga's a sicko, man. We have no sympathy for that young nigga, man. He's a sicko, bro. He's a sicko. Let's see if there's anything else. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see this. Let's see Trapler Ross.
Okay, folks, I'm back from the David hearing, the preliminary hearings, not the trial, even though it would be easy to call it the David trial, or, you know, this is like the preamble to the David trial. The David trial will happen eventually, but these are the preliminary hearings. It's scheduled to be 3 days back-to-back of very intense testimony and evidence that's basically going to determine if this thing goes forward to trial, what the stakes are, what the plan is, where everything is going to go from here. And I'm going to tell you the whole story. I might break this video into parts, or I might just do one long video, depending on how long I go for. I haven't got too long. I need to get an early night to try and get back down there and get back in there. But it was an absolutely insane day. Some of the things I saw today, I'm never going to forget. And I'm never going to be the same. What I saw in that courtroom was just some of the most horrible stuff I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. It's actually sad. I feel for a lot of people that were in that courtroom that had to sit through some of that stuff today, because it was shocking. I touched on it on a couple of videos that I filmed outside the courthouse, but now I'm sort of here back in my natural surroundings.
That got to be some tough shit, man. Like, as a father, as a mother, to sit and watch, you know, like the pictures and videos, whatever they got, like the pictures of your amputated, like decapitated, all this, like just, like how can that, I know that make you want to just jump over that motherfucker and just choke the fuck out that nigga, kill that nigga on the spot. Like seeing the nigga, the pictures of your daughter like this, and then the nigga who did it to her sitting right there. Oh, I know as a parent that make your ass want to, ooh, rest in peace to her and condolences to the family. And that takes a different type of strength, man, to sit right there and see that. I don't think I could be able to do that shit. Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. In this manner, too, where you cutting and they gonna be showing the body parts and all this, and I gotta sit here and look at this knowing that you right there across from me, nigga. That would be hard.
It really does sit heavily on me. What we saw in that courtroom was nothing short of despicable, pure evil. We saw images of what was in that bag in the front trunk of that Tesla. We saw everything, and it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. The stuff that we saw, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And the fact that Celeste's parents were in the courtroom for that was just even more shocking and breaks your heart that they have to go through this. And whoever did this, allegedly, David's the man in the dock, on trial, soon to be on trial, having a hearing for this. You know, whoever did this needs to be put away forever. It's absolutely disgraceful that a child was left in that state. And I'm going to break it all down to you, but that really was the headline of this incident. They showed us black and white, not black and white, but, you know, full color images, damn near 4K, but the facts were black and white. Pure evil it would take to do that to any other human being, let alone an innocent child. So I'm going to walk you through everything that happened today, everything that I saw. I might even be able to pull up some things because I made notes that were so meticulous. I tried my best to document absolutely everything from key conversations, back and forths.
All right, hold on, man. You gotta get to it, my boy. You know what? Shame on you. Shame on you. We're gonna switch this up. You dragging this one out, my guy. Let's see if we can find something else. Let's see. David is bored and gruesome body parts are shown in court. All right, let's see.
From Fortnite to Coachella.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. David, we just watched that one right there. David, that one right there. David is bored. That's another. Okay, so that was the other one. That's another long crying one. So that's basically. Let me see something. All right, man. Let's see what else we got here. David's house was full of blood. All right, let's see this one. Let's watch this one for Trattler Ross.
Okay, so I've just came out of the David hearing once again. We heard basically a lot of forensic evidence this afternoon. I did do a very brief update, a little short update for you guys earlier, but now I've kind of got all of the details, and it was a good solid few hours with various pathologists and criminalists, field investigators, all kinds of people. And really, as I sort of touched on in my previous short update, what we're dealing with this time is just very, very, it seems like just really, really dumb stuff. I mean, it seemed like the house, the garage was covered in blood. The Tesla, inside the Tesla was covered in blood. Not just the front trunk where the body was unfortunately found, but also the rear trunk underneath the trunk liner. That was also apparently covered in, they said they couldn't necessarily, okay, let me explain this because this is going to be very important. The person who was testifying, the criminalist, basically says that they spray kind of a material on the scene onto a surface, and that will basically glow a certain color, and then that basically gives a close indication of blood, but they then have to collect those stains, that material, send it to the lab for DNA testing. So nobody there today could definitively say it was definitely blood, but I'm sure that we're going to get to that testimony later. We haven't gotten to anybody from the lab to kind of give that information as to where those samples actually ended up and what came back. But what we did hear was that they had sprayed a bunch of surfaces in the car, in the very rear third row seats of the Tesla Model X, blood all over the side panels. It looked like they were trying to infer, but they couldn't quite say outright, but it looked like what had happened was perhaps, you know, I hate to say it, but I can only assume from the diagrams and the images that we'd seen is that maybe, maybe Celeste at some point after being stabbed was placed in that third row, and there was unfortunately a lot of material that they said was likely blood on that third row, also in the trunk underneath the trunk liner. So again, it seems like very likely a bleeding body was transported in the trunk underneath the rear trunk liner before those bags were placed into the front trunk. Now,
that's a sick nigga, man. Golly, where? How did he put the car, like back the car up into the garage and put the body in there? Or how do you do that? Like, what the fuck? This nigga is just transporting the body and moving it around from the back to the front, letting it sit in your house, blood all over the house, blood all over the car.
We heard about, you know, nearly a dozen air fresheners that were kind of littered all around the car, not just around the car, but in the bag that was in the front trunk. David had apparently tried to put air fresheners in there, like that was going to help a body that had been decomposing for damn near 5 months. There was the center console had a bunch of air fresheners. There were air fresheners in the back of the car. There were air fresheners, those ones that you plug into the vents. For this guy to really think that you could basically use air fresheners to cover up a body that had been in the car for months is lunacy. I could not believe that that's really the route that he went. And he just sat there stone-faced through the whole thing, just basically no reaction, looking at the screen, looking at the evidence that was really, really damning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like take you through some of these details, some of the evidence that was kind of, you know, captured there. I'm going to do like I did before. I'm going to hand the camera over and I'm going to grab hold of my notes with both hands. So basically, there was a whole lot of updates from these criminalists. So criminalists from the LAPD's kind of field investigation unit. They're basically scientific investigators that have worked for years. They gave their names. So I'm not going to give you the people's names just for privacy reasons. I just don't think it's worth it. Doesn't really change anything to give you their names. so I don't want anyone to get in touch or look them up or anything like that. But there was one scientific investigator that had worked for them for 7 years. They conduct field investigations as part of a unit that basically responds to vehicle searches. They gather and preserve evidence, trained in forensic science, been to over 230 crime scenes, and for the sake of accuracy, a vehicle can be a crime scene in this context. So we don't know 200.
He got a wizard book. Y'all niggas in the chat is funny, cuz. A wizard book called The Sick of Harry Potter. My nigga Harry Potter on the case, man. Hey, look. I prefer Trap LaRosse doing this than doing like the Chicago niggas and all that type shit. Like, yeah, go get these sickos up out the paint, man. The sickos over here, man. Stop trying to be on here in peace and pin murders on people and all that type shit. Go in here and report what's happening in the actual court. You know what I mean? The court system, man, in the courthouse.
230 scenes, that could be 230 vehicles, 100 vehicles, 100 different crime scenes. This person has been to hundreds of scenes and given this kind of testimony just countless times. Okay, this really was an expert, a professional that was qualified on the collection of biological evidence. And they basically said that they responded on September the 9th, 2025, along with a secondary criminalist who was also named. So they were the primary criminalist. They came with a secondary criminalist, and they went to a lockup where David's Tesla was taken after it was discovered at the tow yard. So it was taken there. They confirmed it was the same car, same license plate, same Texas tags, and they basically pointed out a lot of details. They showed pictures of the car in the lockup. The car was covered in a layer of dust that kind of coated the entire vehicle. And they said that the vehicle smelled of a decomposing body, and that was something that the criminologists basically could confirm based on their experience of having smelled decomposing bodies before. That's what it was, even though the body would have been removed at this point. The remaining car, unfortunately, did continue to smell like a decaying body afterwards. So
I got a question though. I'm just curious as to, he has a garage. He did this murder, this terrible murder to this young girl. Rest in peace to her. He did this murder. But my question is, if you have a garage and you're finna go on tour and you leave your car on the street, like, why would it not? Like, that's the part, like, what? This nigga's a stone cold idiot. He's just an all-around idiot, bro. Just everything. From messing with a little girl, publicly going on Discord with her, doing shit, nigga, taking her to places with you, flying her to your mama's house, parents' house, and then killing her because she's gonna out you. And even her text messages that she was sending, like saying you only wanted to use her for sex. And it's like, God, it's a little girl that you over here preying on, and you're a celebrity, bro. Like, I don't know you from a can of paint, but obviously you're doing international shows, so people love you around the world. The fact that you have all this selection of women you could select from, you have a grown fan base, I would think, around the world, brother, and you choose a 13-year-old, and then as far as to kill her, like, you are really sick in the fucking head, bro. And then, like, the manner that you did, what was in your garage to the point where he didn't? Was it just you left it bloody? You never cleaned it up after you moved the body into the car? It was just still blood there and everything there? Like, what the fuck?
Looked inside, found significant insect activity in the front trunk. We saw some more images of that trunk, as well as kind of some of the aftermath. So, like, the state that the vehicle was left in afterwards. We saw 5 different pictures of the car that showed multiple air fresheners in the cabin, in the front, in the bag that was found in the car. Basically, he really thought that air fresheners could be used to cover up the smell, which was just absolutely absurd. So it wasn't clear to me whether those photos were taken, maybe it was a combination. I wasn't entirely sure whether those photos were taken kind of like before or after, or a combination of before it was towed, when it was at the lockup, because we saw pictures of the air fresheners in their original spots. We saw an image of the front trunk that seemed to have a bag in it that had remains in it with an air freshener. This was horrible, but they described the air freshener as basically, they pointed it out with a stick and described the air freshener as basically buried beneath maggots in the bag in the trunk, which is just horrendous, the frunk. In addition to that, we then saw kind of all of the air fresheners gathered up, I guess, after kind of the investigation had taken place and placed on the seat. So then we saw like it was about 11 air fresheners of different sorts, those little Christmas tree-shaped ones, those ones that you can plug into the front vents of your car. All of those, all basically laid out on the front passenger seat. And what was really creepy is next to all of that stuff was, I guess, a bumper sticker that he had in the car. and it said "Love is in the air." It was just such a creepy detail. It was just horrible seeing all these air fresheners in that context that had been gathered up along with this, I guess, bumper sticker. They didn't make reference to that sticker, but it was there in the image. And I just thought, I wrote that down, just thought "Love is in the air" is just creepy. So we had a brief lunch after that. We came back. That's when I recorded my last video, and you know, all of this stuff happened afterwards. So those very brief details about the air freshener I already had when I last spoke to you guys. But after that, they basically did some updates. So before we got back to the testimony, there was kind of some housekeeping in the courtroom, and they basically, you know, had some conversations. They basically said they wanted to kind of lower the amount of laptops being used, a little bit too many laptops being used. And what's very, very interesting is the civil lawyer for Celeste's family was admonished by the judge because apparently he had a laptop, but because he's not media, he's actually not supposed to be using a laptop. Apparently, there was a comment that was made outside the courtroom where he was basically told, yeah, you're not supposed to have a laptop, and he'd made some comment apparently to the judge in the hallway or something. I've not seen the judge in the hallway at any point, but they must have crossed paths. Apparently he made like a flippant comment saying like, oh, is that your rule or is that the court's rule? Some like little snarky comment that he made, and the judge was pissed. Pulled Celeste's family's civil lawyer in front of the criminal court, in front of everybody, and admonished him and basically put him in front of everyone and said he needs to communicate more respectfully in the courtroom. She basically made an example out of him in front of everybody and just said, look, the no laptops rule, you're not media, you're not press. We think people could be using their laptops to record. Unless you're accredited press, you cannot have your laptop in there. Now, I was, to be honest, I found that when I had my laptop yesterday, obviously I did have a press pass and I was allowed in as part of the press kind of overflow section. But I actually found I preferred writing handwritten notes. So after that point, they were like, look, we're going to cut down on the laptops. I was like, I'm cool. I'm going handwritten notes from now on. I'd much prefer to do it that way anyway. So I was kind of okay with that. But that was kind of a very interesting... I'm not going to lie. They brought Celeste's civil family lawyer in front of everybody and like really marked him out in front of everyone. That was insane.
This nigga said marked out the lawyer. See what I'm saying? My boy over here, hey, that's not what they use over there with tea and crumpets. They don't say marked out. Then nigga done picked up this slang out here. Nigga said the lawyer got marked out. Damn.
They said if anybody's caught recording, don't care if it's meta glasses, your phone in your bag, your laptop, you'll be ejected from the court and you'll be banned from the whole proceeding. No David trial, no nothing, no more dates for you. You're cooked if you get caught recording in there. So, I mean, for anybody that comes down to the court, do not do that, all right? No secret device, no hidden micro. I'm not going to lie. I ain't going to say too much, but, like, I kind of, like, sometimes you just don't even realize. You're thinking, oh, shit, like, I've got a device. Maybe, like, fortunately, every time I've given myself a thorough check before I've gone through the metal detector and said, make sure I've got my devices. You put your phone into a sealed bag. I'm not going to lie, there were a few phones going off here, there in the court, so it did seem like the judge and even the lawyers were getting a little bit tired of, you know, phones going off, bottles getting knocked over. There was like a few little mini disruptions in the courtroom and people were getting a little bit pissed off. But anyway.
Thank you, brother. Please get past that part. You was making me dizzy, brother. I ain't gonna cap. That nigga was, it seemed like he sped up his words right there. It was just like, what the fuck are we talking about right now, man? I don't care to hear about no goddamn phones and laptops, man. Let's talk about what the fuck was in this house.
There was quite a few bit of back and forths between the defense, so Blair Burke and Beth Silverman. Now, basically, Blair was objecting to the pathologist that had put up a PowerPoint presentation, basically said, oh, we haven't been provided this PowerPoint presentation. Beth said, we gave you this whole presentation weeks ago. This is exactly what you knew you were going to have, and it's just easier to show you this in the form of a PowerPoint presentation. That's basically what we're going to be doing. So from there, they basically explained that, like, that, you know, they basically explained later on, there was kind of some more back and forth between them. So apparently later on they revealed that apparently Beth and Blair had a different trial on a whole different topic that had been really spicy and fierce and bitter. And basically they were kind of fresh off of a whole nother beef about a different case. And so the judge was basically like, right, we need to simmer down between you guys because you guys are getting at each other's throats. You got a pre-existing beef carried over from other cases. We need to calm that down. So that was interesting. But once all that was gotten out of the way, we kind of continued on from where we were. So I'm going to grab hold of the camera real quick, and I'm also going to retrieve
Who the fuck is holding your camera, man? I thought somebody was holding that motherfucker. Where the fuck is your camera? What are you talking about? I'm gonna grab the camera. Who the hell was holding that motherfucker? I thought somebody was holding that bitch. What, you got a big ass tripod out there holding that motherfucker up? My nigga came equipped, nigga. I got my laptop, my pen pad, Nigga, I got my tripod. He ain't playing. Hey, shout out Trailer Ross. He on his shit. He on his shit. That nigga on his shit, nigga. That nigga said, I'm bringing everything to this goddamn courthouse for this motherfucking case.
Get a little drink from my bag because I feel like I'm talking at a million miles an hour. But basically, there was kind of like all these details. Could you open that for me, please? Sorry, thanks, man. There was basically all these little details that kind of came across, and like it was just so much. I was writing notes at an insane speed.
All right, now he holding his phone. He holding his phone now because this motherfucker is ultra close. Back the fuck up, man. Back up, brother.
After that, basically what ended up happening next was kind of like we continued on with the pathologist, I guess is what you would call it. Criminalist, actually, is what they were called. But basically, like, there was this kind of back and forth about the PowerPoint. It really wasn't that important, so they kind of continued on after that. We continued looking at these pictures of the air fresheners, pictures inside the frunk. We saw these horrible close-ups of, like, I'm kind of squeamish when it comes to the bugs and shit as well. So it was, like, insects, maggots, dead flies, live flies.
Where is your gimbal, Harry?
Beth basically asked for the criminalist. Criminalists, I might just start calling them a CSI because it sounds like that's what they were, like crime scene investigator, CSI kind of forensic analysis type person. But basically they showed sort of pictures of the empty Tesla, all of the kind of insects and stuff in there. The frunk had insects inside it, around the edges. They actually even said that they searched the outside of the car for touch DNA. So they basically didn't do much analysis of outside of the car, but one thing that they did actually do was they basically tested the part of the frunk that you would use your hand on to close. If you've ever seen a Tesla frunk, it doesn't have a handle. It kind of, I guess, I've not got a Tesla, so I wouldn't know, but it's like, you kind of, it pops open, I guess you use the app or whatever to pop it open. You sort of lift it up from under the lid, and then you push it down, you put your hand on the frunk and just
My nigga tired, cuz. My nigga leaning, cuz. He been talking so much, he tired. He got a cramp. My nigga done caught a cramp, nigga. He been talking too goddamn much, too fast. He out of breath. That nigga back hurt, all kind of shit. He had to lean over to talk, nigga. Like, hold on, let me put one elbow down while I talk to you niggas real quick. This nigga worn out, cuz. Hey, go take a nap, man. Go get some rest, man. You're doing a great job, but go take a nap, my boy. You tired.
It down. So they did kind of do an analysis of outside. They didn't give any results to that. I guess they probably didn't find anything by the sounds of it, but they basically explained like everything that they touched on, everything that they looked into. So after that, they basically tested the stains for blood. So they have different chemical tests that they can do. One's called phenolphthalein. It was a very big word. If I'm getting that wrong, apologies. But they basically have like the phenolphthalein test and the blue star test, and they can basically kind of check stains, and they'll kind of come up under a sort of UV light, and that will be basically be able to like allow them to determine kind of whether or not it's likely that blood's there. Now, it doesn't fully confirm blood's presence. It basically said if the test is positive, then they think that there's a likelihood that there's blood there. But what that means is they then have to take an actual sample of whatever that material is where it tested positive, take it to a lab to do a full-blown DNA test. And the thing about that is we're probably going to be hearing about that over the next day or two. If this ends up going for more than another day, it's scheduled to go one more day, but there's rumors it could be dragging on to a whole other day. But basically, they're going to send that to a lab, see if it matches the DNA of the victim as well as actually being blood. So they basically said that it was like you see in a movie. They actually said in movies they call this stuff luminol, but that's not what it's called. And they kept referring to it as like blue star. So they said that they basically, they showed pictures of blood stains in the bottom of the trunk, under the trunk liner, in the back of the car. So it wasn't just front trunk, Tesla front trunk that we were hearing about, but also in the back of the car. Looked like there was tons of blood there. And they said it's latent blood that the eye can't see.
Hey, cuz. Hey, the chat, y'all niggas be feeling like me, cuz I'm like, bro, what the? He talking so fast, it done made me lose track of. I feel like I'm behind 10 words as he's talking. He's talking so fast. I'm like, nigga, slow the fuck down, nigga. God damn, you rushing this shit, and then you like talking in circles. Shout out to Traveler Ross, man. You in there doing your thing. I know you out here trying to multitask. You looking around like they finna let people back in. You don't want to miss your spot. You trying to read everything fast, and it's just, you might want to just slow it down a little bit and break it down and just hit those key elements, because there was a lot of parts in here that threw this shit off from being entertaining. I really like, it was a lot of parts where you was just rambling, then it was great parts where you was actually breaking down what happened. Let's take out the rambling parts. Take those parts out. This is a 28-minute video. This video could have been 12 minutes, man. You could have broke all this down in 12 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? It don't need to be 28 minutes, man. It could have been 12 minutes, and you could have been right back in that courthouse, brother. But shout out to Trapler Ross, man. Shout out to Trapler Ross. Nigga got dizzy, nigga. I got dizzy listening. I'm like, damn, am I tripping, cuz? And I see the chat like, man, this nigga rambling. Cut this shit off. And I'm like, okay, the chat ain't, I know I ain't tripping then. I'm like, am I tripping or, nigga? I felt like he was talking extremely fast and in circles. I was like, damn, what the fuck is he talking about? Whew. I need a reset after that one, man. Hold on. I don't think I can watch no more video. Give me a second, man. Give me a second. God damn. That one was a lot right there. That nigga was going, I thought I had the video sped up his motion. I'm like, my boy was anxious to get that information out, nigga. He was anxious to get that information out, nigga. He was going. Alakazoo, alakazam, head ass, nigga. My nigga Harry Potter was going crazy, man. All right, let's see. Whew. Let me see, man. Let me go to David case. Let me see what's going on. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody tuning up in this motherfucker. Tuned in right now. That nigga put me under a spell. He gonna put me under a spell, cuz. Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ. Let's see. I'll just tell you what happened. Okay, look. This shit right here. Look, TMZ, they done summarized the shit in 4 minutes, bro. That's all it take. It don't take no 28 minutes, man.
Day 2 of the David preliminary hearing.
4 minutes.
There's something really stunning, I think. We know that Celeste Rivas's body was in David's Tesla for a long, long time in the trunk, probably for more than a month. And according to prosecutors, there was surveillance video. The last time that the car was seen driven was when David parked it in the spot where it was ultimately searched, where Celeste's body was found. So he was the last one to drive it, and that was a month before the body was found. There were 11 air fresheners in that car. 11.
Let's just clap it up for how he breaking this shit down in 4 minutes. Look how all the shit Trapler Ross said. He just took the key elements and he's breaking it down nice and slow where we can hear it. And nigga, he's in and he's out. 4 minutes, man. He wrapped up your 28-minute speech. 4 minutes.
In both the passenger compartment and the trunk. So, you know, to describe this is horrendous, what it must have looked like. But the idea of a decomposed body that had melted, that was kind of just overtaken by insects and maggots, the smell must have been beyond words. And the idea that Glade or whatever air freshener was used would somehow conceal that is really beyond the absurd. But there were 11 air fresheners in there, and prosecutors are using that to show a state of mind that whoever put those air fresheners in
is a sicko.
Knew there was a body in the car.
He's a sicko.
So that is where they're trying to link this up, where David allegedly committed this murder. There was also blood, which we know, blood in the Tesla consistent with Celeste. In the trunk, of course. I mean, that would make sense since her body was in there. But also, there was blood in the passenger compartment that was consistent with Celeste's blood. And that raises a whole bunch of new questions that if Celeste were killed somewhere else and then put in the trunk, why would her blood be in the passenger compartment? There are theories, of course, but interesting evidence for sure. We knew about this, but they brought up, prosecutors did, that the search warrant showed that there were 2 chainsaws in the house, and the prosecutors are alleging that they were used to dismember Celeste's body.
So he actually had the chainsaws in the house, and they grabbed them up, got them. The DNA is on the chainsaw. Boom, boom, bam.
The floor mats in the car, by the way, also tested positive for blood. So they are not just saying that she was dismembered somewhere else and put in the trunk, but somehow her blood, at least in the passenger compartment and maybe in the floor area as well, may have turned up in that area, which then raises a number of other issues that they haven't yet put together.
Could have been on the bottom of his shoe. On his shoe, man. If it's on the floor mat, shit, a nigga over there cutting this young lady's body up in the garage and blood splatter everywhere with chainsaws. That shit is messy, bro. And then he stepping in the car. This nigga's crazy. I wonder as a neighbor, like, that wouldn't like when you hear a chainsaw in somebody's house in the middle of the night. That wouldn't like raise a red flag if you just chilling and you hear a chainsaw inside your neighbor's house. It's 10:30 at night and you got a chainsaw. You go like, what the fuck is this nigga doing next door? He ain't outside cutting down no bushes, no leaves. He ain't hedging. He ain't doing nothing. Why is he inside the house with a chainsaw? What the fuck?
They brought up the inflatable pool that they found at the house, and they matched pieces of that pool with fragments of the pool on Celeste's dismembered body that they discovered during the autopsy. Money is a big issue in this case. David made $13 million off of his contract with Interscope in various forms. That could have gone up to $19 million had it been maxed out. But the prosecution's theory all along has been that Celeste had threatened to blow the whistle on her relationship with David, which allegedly was a sexual relationship when he was an adult and she was 13. And that would have ruined his career. And what the prosecutors are trying to show is that money was on the line, and we're talking big money. So that's where we are today. There were other things that came up. But again, it would seem that probable cause, it's not really going to be a big issue in this case as to whether he should stand trial. The special circumstances may be the basis of a bigger fight in the coming days. But we will see. At least there are 2, maybe 3 more days of prelim, and then the judge should rule. My guess is next Monday or Tuesday, the judge is going to decide whether David stands trial.
All right. There you go. He summarized that motherfucker in 5 minutes. Take notes, Chaplain Ross. He summarized that motherfucker in 5 minutes. That's all we need to hear, man. Okay. All right. So next week we'll have some updates and yes, this shit is going to trial for sure. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. This shit, nigga, you're out of here, buddy. You're going to trial. You, sir, are going to be found guilty. Yes, you are, man. There's no way you're beating this one. All roads lead to you, my nigga. Unless it is some shocking ass missing person or somebody that's under the wraps that nobody has spoke about yet that has did all this in your house, which I highly doubt. Damn. That's sad, man. Rest in peace to Celeste, man. Rest in peace to Celeste, that young lady. All right, I think that's all the updates on David and on Nolan, man. I think that's it for that, brother. These Nolan Wells, rest in peace. David, you, brother, are going to burn in hell, brother. You are going to burn. You will burn, brother. Shame on you. All right, let's see something though, y'all. Let me see. Playlist.
Day 2 of the...
Hold on, let me see something. Was there something I wanted to see real quick? Reaction. Let's see. Police find man behind 10 days later. What? Pastor turns to something. No. All right. Hold on. Let's see this shit. I wanted to look at this. I say that I didn't react to it. Let me see. Hold on. This one says, a rogue robot launches kung fu kicks while handlers attempt to subdue it. I want to see this shit. Oh my God, what the fuck? Is this real, cuz? Ain't no way. What up, bro? That nigga kicked that nigga. What the fuck? That nigga kick her. Hold on. Why that robot kick her? Hold on, wait. I missed this. I was on the phone. Shit. Wait a minute. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. I was on the phone. I kicked that nigga. Boo! That's fucking crazy. Look how the kids looking like, what the hell? Dumbass robots. Oh shit. Cut that motherfucker off, man. Look at this stupid ass robot. Russia's first humanoid AI robot. Loses its balance. Bam! Ooh! Stupid ass. What the fuck? They really trying to make these robots human as possible, bruh. Man, look at this shit. Oh my God. What the fuck, cuz? That shit crumbled to pieces, cuz. Hold on. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no fucking way. Look at this shit, cuz. Man, get that shit out of here, man. What the fuck did we do? Shut up. All right, let's see, man. I want to watch this, and I'm out of here after this one, man. Let me go back. Where's it at? Where's that? Let's see what's going on here, man. Let's see what's going on here, man. Rap news, street politics. I've been on rap news, street politics lately. I'll fuck with this shit. Hold on. Let me see, man. Let me fuck around. Let's fuck around. That's gonna be the last one of the night, y'all. I'm off this motherfucker. I'm about to go home. All right, let's see. 2 teams attempted to escape as the police after the homicide. All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions, and right now we about to witness 2 teams attempt to escape police parameters after a double homicide. Let's watch.
Hey, don't touch him. Leave him alone. Hey, my man.
This is 48-year-old Kevin Ball, also known as Tiki, from Eastside Folk Trey Gangsta Crib. After being shot multiple times off Florence and Dalton in South LA, he's in a well-known hotspot in the north side of Trey Gangsta Cribs. And as his ex-girlfriend and the police rush to his aid, Tiki is unresponsive and unconscious.
What? Hey, brother, hey, with me. Where's he? Where's he? He got shot. He got shot on the side. He just fell.
Steps away from Tiki down the alley lies 29-year-old John Ramos. He's also sustained multiple gunshot wounds, but John was able to make statements before he collapsed, and he's now bleeding heavily, going in and out of consciousness. Minutes before this interaction, LAPD witnessed this shooting take place, and they observed 19-year-old Isaiah Lloyd, also known as Infant Stein, and 17-year-old Emmanuel Johnson, also known as Keyway Blue, both from the Rolling Hunnies, UG Crip, shoot Tiki and John Ramos to the ground while the getaway driver attempts to flee, leaving Stein and Keyway Blue inside of a police perimeter looking to get away from the crime scene.
We are investigating a shooting and 2 people were killed. 2 people were killed? 2 people were killed. Whose hood is that? Where this happened?
I don't know. I was probably borderline snoopers.
Snoopers?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Really?
Jesus Christ.
Harmony 732.
Today, with PR stating he has a possible suspect in the backyard at 7323 South Halldale Avenue with some all black wearing a black beanie, black jacket, gray sweatpants, currently hiding under a tree. He received second-hand information from his neighbor. Okay, roger that. Thank you.
Southbound traffic?
Now, for you, repeat that, roger.
On May 24th, 2025, Memorial Day weekend, Tiki and John Ramos are standing in an alley behind Modern Liquor shortly before 6:30 p.m. off Florence and Dalton. Ramos has just pulled up on his bike, and Tiki is having a conversation with his ex-girlfriend. Tiki also has on a Texas Rangers hat, which is synonymous with the Trey Gangsters. This is Northside A Trey Gangster Hood, and even though Tiki is from the East Side, Faux Trey, to some, there's no difference. As everybody's enjoying the weekend, a silver Toyota RAV4 is driving northbound up Dalton towards Florence. It stops just north of the alley, and 2 suspects jump out of the vehicle and begin firing with handguns. While the shooting is taking place, a 77 patrol unit hears the shots.
Wow, so this was random. This was based on his hat. They just killed him over his hat, mistaken identity, thinking he was from A-Trey. Or they look like, fuck it, they don't like Treys, period, so they probably just like, nigga, he a Trey, period.
Driving west down Florence. They turn on Dalton, and they're facing the RAV4. The passenger doors are wide open, and they witness Infant Stein and Keyway Blue with pistols in their hand look at them and then run east down the alley towards Halldale Avenue. The driver of the RAV4, who has socks on his hands to hide his fingerprints, drives past the police unit and makes a right turn on Florence. Instead of chasing Stein and Keyway Blue, the police unit reverses back onto Florence, and they follow the RAV4 onto Halldale Avenue. But before they get there, the RAV4 is crashed, and the driver is no longer in the vehicle.
Niggas panic and crash that motherfucker.
X56, verify the RAs and around on Dalton, south of Florence. They dropped it right there. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, X56, location of the gunshot wound.
Hey, airship, are you up? Airship, we're on Dalton, just south of Florence, on the southwest corner of the liquor store right here. We got a shooting that just happened. We got a victim down here in the east-west alley. We have 3 suspects. The car is going to be on Halldale and 73rd, or correction, south of Florence. It's that silver Nissan right here. 3 suspects just ran eastbound towards Normandy.
3 suspects just ran.
Okay, let's get units up on Florence and
Damn. Damn.
Oh man. Yo. Hey.
That man is shot, brother.
I already got it. Hey, I need you guys to back up, right? Hey, you guys need to get out of here. It's going to be locked down.
Female, approximately 30 years old.
Hey, Bucci, 3 shooters. 3 or 2 shooters. Male black. He's got a tan hoodie.
I think his name Bucci. Oh shit! Look at Kill Bucci.
Sweats. They all ran towards Normandy. Just hold it. Just hold it. Just guide the RA here.
So I wonder, they must have seen Cub come from the liquor store. He probably walked from the liquor store. They spotted that nigga. They thinking, okay, oh, we got us one. And then he walked right into the alley. They probably have some little words, probably banged on him, walked in the alley and hopped out.
Hey, don't touch him. Leave him alone. Hey, my man.
Damn.
He got hit too?
Suspects running eastbound towards Normandy. Missing units on Florence and Brighton and Halldale. Control our frequency real quick. No repeats. Drop air canine. I need my next unit to respond to Florence and Halldale.
This cop ain't shit, man. He just sitting there tapping this nigga on the shoulder. Hey, man, you all right? Like, nigga, what the fuck, nigga, bitch? Do I look like I'm all right, nigga? This nigga is shot the fuck up, and all you doing is tapping him. Hey, you all right? Man, let's see how long it takes for, like, the EMTs to get there.
Where'd you see another guy run that way? Okay, hold on. Take a seat right there, okay?
Originally, they ran eastbound through the alley.
Huh? What?
Hey, brother, hey, with me. Where is he? Where is he? You got shot. You got shot on the side. He just fell.
These niggas is terrible. These niggas just tapping his shoulder. Stay with me, man. Hey, stay with me. That don't work like that, brother.
Tell me it happened after the fact. Someone just ran this one. It happened after the fact. Just tell them it happened after the fact. Hey, hold on, man. Hey, did you tell them to get RA?
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Hey.
Stay with me.
What's your name, brother? Hey, what's your name, my man? My brother. Hey. What do you get hit at?
Nothing's on his arm.
No one in or out of the perimeter at this point.
Got a ton of blood.
Let me get my next additional unit.
Yeah, fuck, it's right here.
7-4, no airship.
I know these cops, a lot of these cops look at this motherfuckers like one less nigga off the street. One less motherfucker off the street. Just look at their actions, you know? This nigga shot. Y'all not in no panic. Y'all not in no rush to get nobody there for help. Y'all just like, hey, stay with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You standing up straight and you just leaning down and tap his shoulder 3 times. Stay with me, bro. And then you back up talking and you ain't tripping. And yeah, I know they look at it like, man, shit, nigga. Victim of a circumstance. Y'all know what y'all signed up for. I know a lot of them cops look at them like that. Like, man, nigga, that's what come with it, man. Fuck these niggas. I know they look at it like that, for sure. You could tell. Just look, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
Go get gloves.
As police begin to administer aid to John Ramos, they see that things aren't looking good for Tiki. But initial witnesses approached the officer and gave him a driver's license that they said was dropped by the suspects. They also take note that Tiki's ex-girlfriend also sustained a gunshot wound to her elbow. But even though Tiki wasn't in his hood, he was still prepared just in case something cracked off. But he didn't have time to react fast enough. And this is where paramedics find a loaded gun on Tiki's body.
Where was this at?
In his pocket.
Okay.
Get a holster.
Roger that. Thank you.
Yep, that's how I go. Just because you got a gun don't mean you can prevent from getting your ass smoked. It's all about who the quickest, nigga. Just because you got a gun don't mean your ass can't get chipped. You better remember that. You better fucking remember that. Niggas be walking around thinking they ain't gonna die because they got a gun on them, nigga. Somebody will knock your motherfucking head off.
Hey, Get back. I need you guys to step back right now.
He just said he's gonna fix my arm.
I know. You. Did you get shot? You got hit? Come on. I need you guys to leave this stuff here. Leave this stuff. Okay. I'll talk. Your mama? I'm gonna talk to you in a minute, okay? What's your name? Do you know what they look like?
Yeah.
Can you identify what they look like when you see them?
He was a tall nigga. He had on a gray hoodie. He came out the passenger back seat.
Okay. You know, what else was the other guy wearing? There was 3 of them, right?
No, but it was only one got out shooting. And he was on the driver's back seat. And he had on he was tall, like his height, and he had on a gray sweater.
6 foot.
As paramedics assess the third gunshot victim with her being shot in the elbow, she begins to make statements to police. She stated that her and Tiki recognized this RAV4 about an hour before the shooting, driving down Dalton. She said the rear passenger was looking at Tiki, and more than likely, the passenger was fixated on Tiki's hat. She stated an hour went by, and she recognized the same man jump out from the back seat and start sparking. But it was both Keyway and Stein that jumped out the RAV4, leaving 17 shell casings on the scene.
Damn! 17 shots. Aired that shit out.
At 6:35 p.m., 10 minutes after the shooting, Tiki is pronounced dead. And at 6:38 p.m., John Ramos is pronounced dead.
Damn, killed them both.
Now, Tiki's ex-girlfriend made a bold claim. She said she believes that this was a retaliatory shooting behind the murder of a Rolling 30s gang member that took place the night before, King Boy from Harlem Crit. But now that this scene is developed into a double homicide, the airship is above, a perimeter is set, and the SWAT team sets up a command center. Multiple calls were coming in, prompting a response between Florence and 74th and Normandy and Western.
See, this is where you can't let your pride get the best of you, man. Especially when you done survived the streets and you 40 years old, 50 years old. It's like you out here still thugging with the, representing or you might not be, actively a member, but you represent where you still from. And it's funk right now. It's wartime. And you see, you know how to read the energy in the streets when it's niggas you don't know or a car that stands out coming through your hood or driving around. You might be like he from the other side. He from 4 trade, but he in the 8 trades. But obviously they said they saw these little niggas an hour before or prior. You know it's some little niggas out here trooping and they trying to find a kill. You could tell. Like, nigga, they over here, nigga, they looking. Nigga, they trying to find something, nigga. You, at that point, your shit got to kick in and be like, hey, let's go step up in this gate real quick, or come on, let's go up in your house real quick. But if I'm going to be out here in the alley, these niggas could come at any angle, nigga, and just start popping. So you can't have that pistol in your pocket, nigga. You better have that motherfucker ready to rock, nigga. If you gonna stand out knowing that these niggas riding around looking and tripping and somebody just got killed from the opposition the night before. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck all that.
At this time, Infant Stein and Keyway Blue are on the move. They begin to search for their hiding spots in hopes that the airship isn't following them. As they start jumping through people's yards, 911 phone calls are coming in where people say they see the suspects and then they disappear. And as night falls, the SWAT team gets ready for extraction.
So Keyway over here, right? Yeah.
Mud, you want to call your dog?
Wait, you in somebody's house? They done went up in these people's house?
Flats.
Come on.
Flats. Here. Here. Off. Right there. Right there.
After SWAT has ran through the neighborhood for 2 hours, at 8:25 p.m., Infant Stein's run has came to an end. The K9s picked up his scent from the RAV4 and they've located them hiding in the garage on Halldale Avenue.
Wait, they both in that motherfucker in the garage? You said locate them. Uh-oh. That motherfucking dog, that motherfucker gets you every fucking time. That dog had that nigga running. Goddamn, look, that dog brought his ass up out that motherfucking hole. He's like, man, get this motherfucker. Nope, they don't feel no sympathy with that dog, bro. They don't feel no sympathy. They gonna let that dog bite, shake your ass up, nigga. Then they gonna get him off you in a minute. They gonna let you feel this pain, motherfucker. They gonna let that dog do what he do. You done made us come out here and look for you for 2 hours. They gonna let that dog do what he do. Look, that motherfucking dog wants some more. Cameras everywhere, man. I always tell y'all, it's cameras everywhere. Look at this house. Front porch, back porch, side porch, backyard, inside. They got cameras everywhere. This is the world we living in, man. When y'all out here doing these goddamn crimes and thinking y'all finna get away with this shit, hiding and shit in people's yards. Nigga, that motherfucker ring going off. Bing, bing, bing. Now the ring tell you. It tell you who the fuck on camera. There's a man with a blue shirt and the nigga is gonna tell you.
How many people got caught?
I don't know yet.
For whatever y'all looking for.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Go all the way back. All the way back. Kick your feet up.
I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna slide down the shit.
No, stand up.
Stand up and seat yourself.
There you go. Go, brother, say.
Man, niggas young, man. 17. These niggas, young niggas out here.
Get out today, bro? Yes.
Lean forward a little bit.
As Stein is apprehended, the K9 serves him in the back of his leg, and he's taken into the ambulance. The first question he asks is how many people went down. He's taken to the hospital where they assess his wounds.
Niggas don't never want to go down by themselves. Niggas say, how many other people got caught? Wait, what you mean, nigga? It ain't nobody else. What do you mean? How many other people? Ain't nobody else. What do you mean, sir?
Somewhat disgruntled and has a lot of questions as to why he was arrested inside of the perimeter. When the initial officers that witnessed the shooting took a look at Stein, they realized he had on the same clothes as one of the suspects they saw getting off on Tiki and John Ramos. Stein in a white shirt, black sweatpants, and black shoes. Now Keyway Blue is still on the run, and he finds himself in a different situation. He's ran into an old lady's back house, has went through her underwear drawer, and he's changed his clothes, dressed in the old lady's pajamas.
What? This nigga done put the old, that nigga done turned to a cross-dresser, cuz he done put the old lady pajamas on. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Let's see this.
Her Obama shirt and her Crocs. 17-year-old Keyway Blue is looking to make it out the perimeter.
Uh-oh, there go that dog. There go that dog. He about to go to work. Damn. Uh-oh, there it go. There you go. Got him.
Hey!
That motherfucker dog do it every fucking time, man. Damn, look, y'all see how patient they was? They just sitting back. They like, I know this dog. I know he finna make this thing come about this motherfucker. Ain't no doubt about it.
Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head and stand up or else the dog's coming back for you. Stand in the middle of the room. No. Show yourself now. I'm coming out. Put your hands on your head.
I'm like, grab that dog,
Stand
nigga.
up, put your hands on top
Y'all
of
trying
your
to
head.
set me up. Grab that
Leave all
dog.
weapons on the ground. Come out unarmed slowly, facing away from us. Put your hands up or else the dog's coming. I'm here. Put your hands on your head. Both hands up. Turn around. Turn around. Your hands on top of your head.
Uh-oh. Keep your hands up, bro.
Side step to the left.
Keep your hands up. They gonna
No.
find a reason to shoot you, man. Keep your hands up, young man. They gonna find a reason to shoot you, brother. They ain't finna play with you. You can't keep putting your hands at your waistline like that. And I see right here at this angle, you can see the top of his head and his hands up, but when he drop his hands, nigga, one of these motherfucking trigger-happy cops, they'll let that motherfucker rip on your ass. So you gotta, I know your pants falling. Well, shit, you in Miss Doubtfire clothes. They said Miss Doubtfire. You in Miss Doubtfire clothes, so you gotta motherfucking be careful, man.
Sides, hands up. Hands up. Put your hands up or the dog's coming. Keep your hands on top of your head. Now. Side step. Keep stepping. Keep stepping. Walk backwards and sound my voice.
Can I put my pants on?
No! Hands on top of your head.
Here, let me get the dog.
Oh, the dog. They feel let the dog on him? No, that's cold. Get the dog up out of here.
No dog, no dog.
Well, then, turn around. Turn around. Face the wall.
Don't let the dog bite me.
Pull him aside. Pull him aside. There. Let him in. Let him in. There you go. All right. Hands up.
What's going on?
Hold there. Hold there.
When Keyway Blue was also discovered on Halldale shortly after midnight, he was able to dodge the K9, but he went down in the old lady's back house. When police seen him, they knew he changed clothes, so they looked into the back house and found a black ski mask, gray and black gloves, a gray sweater, and dark blue sweats.
Damn, so he switched his clothes. They got everything he wore in the description. The girl said that you hopped out the car with.
They also found his gun,
Oh,
a .357
damn.
Ruger with 5 spent shell casings and 1 live round inside. Now, with Keyway Blue being 17, he seems to be
Oh, yeah, that's bad. That is bad, young man. You got the, they got the actual gun with the empty cases in there. Oh, damn. You got the description, the clothes. Yeah, it's over for you, young man.
a little more playful than Stein, and he feels like he's done nothing wrong, even though he's in his lady's house.
So what am I being arrested for, sir?
Is that your house?
Huh?
Is that your house?
My girl.
Yeah, what's her name? What's her name that lives there? Okay, that's what I thought. So we'll start with that. Are you injured in any way?
I'm young. Vincent, they
No, I get that, but are you like hurt? Do you need to go to the hospital for anything? Okay. How old are you?
17.
Okay. What's your first name? Just tell me your first name. All right. Hey, 30 to 70, David. The other canines are here. We're going to clear that back for you.
Hey, did they originally say it was 3 young men? It was 2 in the front and 1 in the back. Where's the third person at? Did they say it was 3 people? Or am I tripping? I swear I heard them say 3 people.
You want liquor?
I got shot in the neck.
Oh, he got the grandma drawers on. Okay, look, that's grandma pajamas he put on.
You want liquor?
I got
Yo, he done put the Santa Claus. He done put the Santa Claus pajamas on from grandma. Oh, you done took her favorite Christmas pajamas, man. God damn, man. You know the grandmas, they gonna wear them motherfuckers every day when it's Christmas time, too.
shot in the neck. And that shit hurt. I got shot in the neck.
What happened to your neck?
I got shot in the neck. So
You got
this shit
socked?
fucking with yeah. I got shot.
Shot. Okay, gotcha. All right, sorry about that.
Can y'all hear me?
I carry you, dude.
Wow, y'all carry me anyway.
When I sure wasn't carrying you. It's a book.
Hold on, bro. Calm my pain. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta be like that, bro.
Taking his ass to the 77 station.
Is this the clothes that you...
Let me see, baby, that's me. That's me. Let's see. That's my pajamas. Those my clothes.
Those are your clothes?
Yeah. We see that my clothes. He got some of my Crocs on.
You got tuck granny Crocs?
Yeah, that's my Crocs. I got. You look like my Crocs. That's my pajamas. I think that's. Look, that's my Obama shirt. Look like he got on. No, he went through my drawer.
Oh, you done took grandma Obama shirt? Nigga, not the Obama shirt.
Now that both Steinman and Keyway Blue are taken down by 77, Keyway Blue is put in that holding cell and he's Mirandized. But since he's 17, they don't sit him down in that room right away. After Steinman's discharged from the hospital, they sit him in the interrogation room and he speaks about being at Jesse Owens before the murders, as well as his hood and who he's beefing with.
God damn, he told all that information? What the fuck? Jesus, young man.
I'll take your cuffs off, all right? This in your hands? All right, man, have a seat, relax. Is this easier?
No, I wish.
It is, it's not working.
Oh, you have your hand in your pants? I was gonna shake your hand, but I need to do a fist bump. I'm Detective Ponticus. It's my partner, Detective Fraga.
Is it right, man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you okay?
It's cold as hell. It's not that cold, man. I know you've been sitting
No, it's because I've been right still, air conditioning. It's chilly. Let's go back. What happened before all this running, before you got there? I want to know how your day started, where you started your day at, and then go from there. Where'd you start your day at when you woke up?
Woke up. Went to Jesse Owens Park.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Just chilling at Jesse Owens Park.
I don't know, went back to Jesse Owens.
And then what happened after that?
Just been chilling.
You chilling by yourself?
With my friends and shit.
Okay. Who are your friends?
Uh-oh.
What were you guys doing?
Just chilling, hooping in the gym. I met some random niggas who played a basketball game with them. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, I don't like the police. Y'all be killing black people and shit. So y'all make me nervous and shit, I don't even know why.
Okay. But it just doesn't make sense from somebody that says he's just a happy black man and just wouldn't do nothing and ran. Which could be the case. But I gotta hear about that, dude. I can't just...
I just told y'all.
Yeah, but you didn't really, man. So if my partner asked you earlier, it was like, okay, you went to Jesse Owens, you did this, you went to your girls, you went back to Jesse Owens. Somehow you ended up over there on, like, Florence, which is nowhere near Jesse Owens.
I know.
So how did you get from Jesse Owens all the way to Florence, man? That's far.
Alright, so like for one, I got a bitch that lived on 73rd. And what's that, Polo?
Okay.
I got a bitch that live right there.
Okay.
But I was about to walk to the store though.
Okay. What store are you about to walk to?
A liquor store. Yeah, I'll be rapping.
Yeah. What do they call you?
I don't really got a rap. I'm not legit yet.
What is your name then?
I don't know one.
Yeah.
I don't really take it serious. I got a couple of songs though, but
okay.
I ain't released nothing to talk nothing.
Man, what the fuck? What the fuck? See, them cops, they'll sit there and let you just talk. They try to get friendly with your ass. They try to make you get comfortable. Act like they care about your rap career. We gonna get comfortable with you, let you loosen up, and ask you and see what you gonna tell us. But I'm wondering if this young nigga, I don't know, he's kind of standoffish right now. He ain't really, you know what I mean? But are they gonna get this nigga to crack, man? They gonna get this young nigga to crack, or he gonna hold it down?
What do you like? So what do you call yourself on Instagram? What do you call yourself on Instagram?
Lloyd the Man.
Lloyd the Man? Or the Man, like D-A?
Yeah, D-A.
So your name, L-L-O-Y-D? D-A? Man? Like M-A-N?
Yeah, with like a couple N's.
Go at the end of it or what?
Yeah.
One of the reasons why, man, I want to be as accurate. I want to be as truthful with you. I want to verify all the things you're saying. If they're true or not, is because we're investigating a shooting. Okay, so the shooting, the shots you heard, I think that's probably the same shooting we're investigating. That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right.
Is everybody all right and shit?
Well, unfortunately, they're not. And that's what makes it so serious. And with you sitting here, man, it makes it real. For you, it makes it real.
Like they said, nigga, for you, it makes it real, nigga. You looking at 2 motherfucking murders right now.
Well, there was a shooting, man, and you were, let's go back to that. There was a shooting and you were in the perimeter. And you know that doesn't look good, right? It looks like this person's involved, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that's...
If you feel like that, though, you can have all rights to feel like that, though.
Isn't that kind of a pretty fair and like conclusion? Like
I mean, I told you my whole version of what happened, so...
So when you get booked, they'll have a phone down there, okay? Because I hear what you're saying, but there's a lot more information and stuff that we have, okay, that we haven't gone over. I am going to be upfront again and tell you, we are investigating a shooting and 2 people were killed.
2 people were killed?
2 people were killed.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit's
and
real.
You were somebody that was found within the perimeter.
It's real.
For a double homicide.
Damn.
Hey, so you said... Oh, no, never mind.
No, ask me.
I forgot.
Yeah, so double homicide means 2 people were killed, and the 3rd person was shot.
And the 3rd person shot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're investigating, man. A double homicide. And there's a perimeter that you were in, right by where the shooting occurred. Literally, right there. And you seem unfazed by it.
Unfazed by what?
What I'm telling you.
I mean, what you want me to say?
Well, I mean, I would be...
You said 2 people was killed.
2 people were killed. Shot and killed. That's crazy. And a 3rd person was shot.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but what's crazier is you're sitting here being questioned about it, and you don't care.
What do you mean I don't care?
You don't seem to care at all. I'm giving you all the opportunity to explain. I'm giving you all the opportunity to explain yourself.
I don't even know them people.
Okay.
You ever call
them?
You been arrested before? For what?
Robbery.
What else?
That's it, robberies.
What up? Okay.
In case when I was a juvenile, like me and my buddy, well, me and a couple of my buddies, it was like an attempted robbery, but my buddy ended up shooting the person. Yeah, that nigga went to jail. He was in jail for a long time for that shit, too.
Damn, these young niggas, man. Throwing their life away, man. Nigga, throwing their life away, man. Young motherfuckers, man. God damn, y'all. 17 years old, 19 years old. Gone. Double homicide.
What do you think about that?
That nigga's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't even know that area like that, to be honest. I'm like I'll be like more like on the other side of Century.
Mm-hmm. What area is that?
Westmont.
Westmont, okay. Where are you from?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. What do they call you?
You already know what they call me, but I'm not with this one.
I don't know what they call you. I've been here for...
It should be a file.
On file? Okay, so let me check the file. So everything in the file is correct? Mm-hmm. It is? Okay. Hey, whose hood? Whose hood is that? Where this happened?
To be honest, I don't even... I just probably like borderline snoopers.
Snoopers?
Yes.
Really?
Borderline snoopers, A-trays.
More like A-trays.
Borderline snoopers, A-trays.
It's A-trays hood.
Yeah.
It is A-trays hood. Yeah. Are you guys cool with A-tray?
Hell no. That's why I feel so free.
Well, what's happening? There's a lot.
Yeah, young man. It's over with. You done got too loose with these niggas. You done got too loose with them, young man. At this point, hey, I don't want to talk no more, niggas. God damn. Now they getting into it now. They digging deep now. You over there dissing the hoods and telling where you from and who you are, and even though they got on file, but nigga, they put it together. Your ops got killed. You in your op hood. You driving. You said you was at your girlfriend's house. Now it ain't making sense, brother. Make it make sense. Relax, young man. Relax.
A-trays. There's a smoke shop right over there. Was that the same smoke shop you were walking to?
I don't know what smoke shop you're talking about.
There's a liquor store, flower and leaf right there, that weed shop.
You said flower and leaf. Mm-hmm. Like, is that the streets?
Yeah, that's the weed shop. All right, man. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you back downstairs. I'll let you get some water downstairs. There's a water fountain down there. Get some drink. And as of now, it looks like you're gonna be booked into 77 jail for double homicide and the ADW to the person, attempted murder to the person, the female.
Is that ADW?
So deadly weapon. It's really attempted murder. So it's gonna be a double homicide and attempted murder.
Everybody that got picked up got the same charges?
Oh. Wait, why you asking that, man? Why? That's the second time you done did that, bro. The first time you was like, who else got caught? First time you said, who else got caught? Second time, hey, everybody got picked up, we getting the same charges? They getting the same charges, right? What is that about? Why are you doing that? Why you keep bringing up everybody else? Why you keep doing that?
What does that matter?
I'm just trying to, like, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it.
Because I said that's why more people in the perimeter. Mm-hmm.
With Stein not being able to talk himself out of a double homicide, detectives back at the scene still had a third suspect, the driver. When these homicides first occurred, the news reported 3 suspects apprehended at the scene.
Okay, here we go. I was like, it said it was 3 suspects. Wait a fucking minute. Nigga, you got away, but you dropped your ID? You literally got up out the paint, but you left your ID. So it don't matter where you run to, we know it was you, nigga. Oh, that's a cold way to get caught. I'm out of there. I'm in the clear. I'm gone. Nobody knows it's me. Until they found my ID. I left my ID. Out of all the shit committing a crime, I dropped my ID. What the fuck? Damn.
A third suspect was seen in custody, and police thought they got the driver. Now, this individual made statements while he was being arrested. He said he was simply drinking at his house. He said he just got off work, and he seemingly was inside of the perimeter, potentially matching the description of the driver. He was taken down, but it turned out to be a mistake. Detectives couldn't prove that this was the individual they were looking for. But after Stein is taken out of the interrogation room, detectives follow up. He said that he raps, and that his Instagram account was Lloyd the Man. This turned out to be bogus. The morning after the murders, they find Stein and Keyway Blue's real Instagram accounts and immediately send a preservation request to Meta. On May 29th.
Here we go. We saw this happen with the Hoovers, with the trafficking situation. They get up in your DMs And all these young niggas hold conversations in their Instagram DMs. That's like crazy. You know what? I see that with the young motherfuckers because somebody was telling me, like, my little cousin, like, oh, me and all my friends, we talk via Snapchat. Like, we communicate via Snapchat. I'm like, what? Y'all niggas is using this shit like a real text message. Y'all talking in y'all DMs like it's just regular. Everything is through the DMs. Everything is through Snapchat. And look what happens, bro. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab that. Hey, Meta, we need to get up in that shit. We need everything. And they going to give it to him.
2025, 5 days after the murders, a resident that stayed within the perimeter found Stein's sweater, and detectives went to pick it up. At this time, they've let Stein and Keyway Blue sit in jail, and they request records for their jail calls. They also received surveillance video back from the Modern Liquor depicting the shooting, further corroborating the patrol officers and the descriptions given of the clothes Stein and Keyway Blue were wearing. But a piece of key evidence that detectives waited on was DNA evidence from the stolen Toyota RAV4. They put together that the RAV4 was stolen 2 days prior to the murder of Tiki and John Ramos on May 22nd, 2025, using a method that's becoming extremely popular in the city of LA. A DoorDash delivery driver was on Century and Normandy at the taco shop, and he was there to pick up an order. He told detectives that when he went inside, 4 black males were already in the taco shop and causing a disturbance. As he picked up the order, they followed him out into the parking lot, and before he could drive off, they physically removed him from his car and kicked his wife out of the car. The DoorDash driver stated that he fought back, and before he could pull one of the suspects out of the car, they pulled a gun out on him. And witnesses say they seen some of the suspects running towards the Rolling Hunnids. When DNA analysis came back on the RAV4, they were able to lift a fingerprint from the outside of the rear passenger side window. And detectives got a match for another 17-year-old named Mark Flores.
Oh, damn. Fingerprints, oh, oh, man, you young niggas, man. God damn it, young niggas.
Now, Mark Flores stayed on the same street as Infant Stein, but since they couldn't prove that he was at the scene of the murders, Mark Flores is arrested on June 26, 2025, a month after the murders, for carjacking. But this still wasn't the end for the detectives' investigation. When they ran the ballistic testing on the shell casings left at the scene, they found that a 9mm pistol used to kill Tiki and John Ramos was also used in another attempted homicide, 2025.
Ah, damn. Using a dirty gun. God damn it. Jesus.
On that day in the city of Hawthorne, there was a murder and an attempted murder that took place on Broadway between 122nd and 126th in the 11A Gangsta Crips. And detectives found that Keyway Blue stayed a couple blocks away from this incident.
Why would you keep the same gun? You just did a body with that motherfucker and you kept it? Why would you keep the gun?
They had a theory that Keyway Blue and Stein could have possibly been involved in these shootings, but the evidence was inconclusive, even though the shell casings matched. But when it comes back to motive, the female victim that was shot in her elbow seemed to glue a lot of pieces together in regards to the Rolling Hunnids participating in retaliation for the murder of King Boy. Now, Stein was seen in multiple pictures with King Boy, but none of that was made clear in the interrogation room. But just like all active cases, this is the investigation report. Infant Stein and Keyway Blue are innocent until proven guilty, but with facing 2 murders, attempted murder, unlawful use of a firearm, and special gang allegations, it's an uphill battle for Infant Stein and Keyway Blue. This is the best hood channel on YouTube, Rap News Street Politics.
Damn, man. Fuck. Yeah. Sad situation right there, man. These youth, they out here just throwing their life away, man. You know, as you get older and shit, you realize, like, damn, when we was young, like, it didn't seem like throwing our life away or, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got homies out here active and people active and shit, this is just regular. Like, this is part of the environment you raised up in and this is what you know, what you see growing up. So you adapt to it and you start partaking in certain things. Whether, you know, some people choose the hustling aspect. Some people choose the gang banging aspect. Some people choose the sports, the college. You know what I mean? Whatever you take a liking to growing up. But you know, you just live in the moment. And that's the thing with these youth, man. They just living in the moment. They're not thinking about the future. They're not thinking about what come with this shit. Like, nigga, you just literally threw your life out the windows. At 17 years old, you just committed a double murder and a potential another murder. And it's like assault with a deadly weapon. So now, 17 years old, are they going to charge you? They probably going to charge you as an adult. You know what I mean? You're going to get life. You just threw your life. And I talk about that all the time. Like, damn, bro, you got to sit here. We was talking about that last night with Creek. Like, you got to sit in jail, bro, from 17 till you die. Till you die, my nigga. Like, that got to be, like, once you in there, and like Creek was saying last night, you know, people learn to deal with it. Like, you got to, but you still it be hope that you're going to get out one day. My appeal, or this law finna come that's going to pass so I can get out. And it sometimes happens. But sometimes it doesn't. And just being in jail from 17 to 80, like, damn, just think about what type of life is that, man? What type of life is that? You don't get to enjoy shit. You've been in jail from 17 to 80? Damn. Yeah, sad, man. You know, put them guns down, man. Stop doing crime, man. No new crime, kids, man. Get your ass in school and do something productive, motherfucker. Do something productive, man. You know, switch up your surroundings. Go hang with somebody that's going to guide you in the right way, if you can. Everybody don't got access to people like that can. So I know, you know, we're going to be real here. I'm going to be a realist. I know some niggas don't have access to that, and they're just a product of their environment, and they're going to adapt to what they know and see. But, you know, sometimes it's good things, sometimes it's bad things. And I hate that it's like that, but it is what it is. And, you know, that's why I try to use this platform right here to say, hey, man, don't do crime, man. Don't do crime. All right, let me know what y'all think about the situation, man. Rest in peace to everybody who lost their life in this video and all that, man. I'm gone. Smash the like. All right, y'all. I'm ready to get about this motherfucker. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow for it'll be the 100th episode, man. The 100th episode. We'll be 100 episodes in. Well, way more if you count the members only episodes, because I done did a fucking 100 of those by themselves. But we're gonna be 100 episodes officially tomorrow, man. You feel me? Shout out to y'all, man. Make sure y'all get some merch, man. Y'all support the movement. What's going on? Also, make sure y'all follow ABP Network page, man. We back doing shit on that page, too. So make sure y'all follow ABP Network. You feel me? Tap in with that one. And yeah, man, follow ABP Reactions and ABP Network on Instagram as well. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all y'all support, man. Thank y'all for supporting me. I go live a lot, and y'all be right here with me. You know what I mean? Day in, day out with this shit. Thank y'all for enjoying the reactions, man. Thank y'all for going down this journey. Because I was like, I don't know if when I started doing this shit, this is just like some personal shit that started on Kick. I like watching crime videos and shit and watching these motherfucking body cam videos. And, you know, it was like, I don't know. You know, so many people was used to the podcast side of things. It's like, but I'm going to take this other journey right here and really fuck with these and just let y'all, the people who like-minded, that like to watch crime thrillers, not partake, but just watch. You know what I'm saying? Body cam videos, crime thrillers, and suspense shit, and all that, man. And, you know, it's been a great journey, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Thank you very much, man. We're going to be back tomorrow, episode 100, man. Appreciate y'all for the 100K subs, man. We going crazy. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing, man. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure you get a membership and support, man. And if you can, man, gift the membership, man. Shout out to the green side. Shout out to the gray side. And yeah, man, fuck the rat side. We ain't pushing that one, man. We ain't pushing that one. You feel me? Shout out to Black Hearts Music, though, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm gone.
You got a video you want me to react to? Join the AceBoyPun Discord right now. Scan the QR code on the screen, hit the entertainment tab, click reactions, and drop it in. Super easy. Submit today.